We live, maybe, until everything breaks again. Uh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Whispers of Hope, our Legend of Zelda-based Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I am the Dungeon Master Zom. I was going to say it's a little bit of a late start, but not really that much of a late start as we normally do, because apparently our game is cursed for the last few days, and we can't get past these damn tech issues. But
the moment all of us are back together, our computers decided to
right?
implode.
But hopefully everything will behave now. But anyways, we'll start off with our intros as usual, starting up with Vivra.
Hi, I'm Rhettaliate, playing Vivra, the Twili druid.
Draw.
I'm Jaxi. I play Demira, the weapon spirit.
Akari.
I'm Sky, and I play Akari, the Shiekah rogue.
Velkorin.
I'm AlistairForgall, and I play Velkorin.
And Ms. Lumi.
I'm NibiNekomata, and I play Lumi, the Rito bard.
And I am the Dungeon Master Zom. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say, because I get getting yelled at if I say the other part.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I was ready to. Yeah, if you did said it. Yeah.
Bullying works.
Yeah, we did it, guys. We did it.
I don't know if my
with
whisper got
positivity.
picked up. I was gonna jokingly whisper of hope stat, but you know, I don't think I picked up, and I said that's fine.
Whisper of hope.
Or some kind of whisper of hope or something.
Alright.
Sometimes gotta whisper.
Anyways, as a recap, since we had at least one missing player last time.
Yeah, that dickweed.
Yeah, that jerk who stopped being fucking sick all the goddamn time.
Wow!
What a personal choice
I'm gonna
he's
go
made.
I'm gonna go get the flu again.
Would
I've
be the
literally
first
felt
time.
this whole week. I felt better today.
Aw.
Anyways, our party had arrived in the Goron city, as I said before. Essentially, we're got their quote-unquote assignment or tester, so to speak, to help the Gorons with help the Gorons before they can help the Zoros, basically, because they are spread thin currently. Basically dealing with the Queen Dodongo that was within the mines that was affecting the ability for the Gorons to resupply their food sources, basically. For some reason, the Queen Dodongo has become very aggressive, even though normally it was mostly docile. So, at that point, the party entered into the Goron caves, Goron mines. Along the way, kind of traveling down the paths, found a few different things, eventually realizing while you guys were down the paths that seems to be Aurelium all around this area. You did not see any exposed veins, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong.
I saw some dripping.
You saw some of the
Oxidized.
some stuff that old, quote unquote, older stuff, so to speak. Picture 2. Show that stream as reference. Character. Get that in a second. Anyways, so the gist of it was that while they were traveling, they saw multiple different paths. As kind of they went deeper into the mines themselves, the paths would start to widen more and more as the deeper they got, to the point where I think the main room you guys ended up in was about 100-foot tall room or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a big room, big open room. Big old cavern, yes. A lot of different.
I think you said it was like 50 feet or something.
I think that was after you went into the big open area, there was a smaller one that was the 50 by 50, which is where you went second part. That was the deviating path or whatever, but that's where you heard the stomping sounds coming from. They also saw lots of different of the smaller pathways that were labeled with X's And basically the assumption is most likely these paths led down to Aurelium veins, which Lumi told the party, who everybody else who didn't already know, that creatures like Dodongos or Gorons, basically creatures that typically get sustenance or food from minerals, are particularly vulnerable to the effects of Aurelium. Specifically Aurelium poisoning when you ingest it. It is very similar to something like mercury poisoning, where you kind of just go mad. Your personality shifts, you get more aggressive. The extra added on to it for the symptoms itself were a creature or whatever that ingested Aurelium will start with their veins appearing gold on their skin. If you look closely, you can see a gold coloration on their veins. From that point, their skin starts to turn into a reddish brown rust color, and then the final stage is that the gold veins will turn black as essentially the Aurelium is being oxidized within their blood, and from that point on, it is kind of the point of no return, whereas before that happens, the Aurelium poison can be somewhat cured. It just might take a few more spells than normal to relieve it. Traveling further into the cave, they finally met up with the Queen Dodongo, who was very obviously suffering from the Aurelium poisoning, with the large discoloration all over the beast itself, as well as the golden veins all over it, and as well as its mouth. Vivra attempted to converse with it initially, but basically the creature had gone mad, so it kind of at first thought Vivra's was a child, but then immediately switched and thought it was trying to take its food away from its children, which resulted in the Dodongo attacking through a different series of a very clutch polymorph spell, shifting the Queen Dodongo back into a baby Dodongo. The party was able to subdue the Dodongo while Vivra casted Cure Poison, or what is it? Resisting Poison, whatever the spell, to
Couple different ones.
couple different spells, essentially cleansing the Aurelium poisoning from the Queen Dodongo before it reverted back to regained its senses, so to speak, before they let it shift back to its full size. Basically, what had happened for the Queen Dodongo was it was consuming Aurelium while it was getting food for its children. But the more concerning part after the fact, once the Dodongo was leaving, there was a large rumble within the cavern itself before the wall that the Dodongo had hit early on when they came in basically opened up, and a large slit appeared, opening up into a massive eye. Green. I'll describe it again too. Just download where to go. That might help to save it. That would help.
You didn't save your pictures?
I did. I just didn't click
Holy
save completely. All right. Well, here's just a general representation, as well as the
You didn't
size.
make that for stream, but oh well.
Yeah, I know you
There
didn't.
it is.
It's fine.
Just imagine lava everywhere.
Just imagine it. So
Yeah.
essentially, for the people that obviously aren't watching, I'll describe it as well. So the sclera. Oh, by the way, this eyeball was literally the size of the Dodongo, basically. So this massive eye opened up, and the sclera is the orange and yellowish, almost looking like magma. The iris itself is a very deep purple geode, almost looking like crystalline appearance. It basically looks like a geode. Its iris is a geode, and then the very center is almost a gold-like gem pupil. And of course, this is the eyeball that opened up and is now staring down our party. That's where we
And there's
left off.
lava pouring out.
Yes, there was lava
Not
pouring out.
pictured.
Yes, not pictured currently. But yeah.
What if it's frying the lava? That'd be crazy.
But before we start, I'll do the inspiration for the day.
It was another 6.
It is
We didn't use ours last time.
4,
Yeah.
so Velkorin, you get it today.
Sweet.
The person who usually doesn't need it.
You never know.
I
Anyway,
think every time he has used it, it has helped him though.
Yeah.
Like,
I think so.
Every time he gets
Yeah.
it is the day that he rolls a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, we do it. There we go, nat 20, back to normal.
We gotta do the standard quo here.
if my music is the proper thing, then go to other fun things. So, and then as like I said, that is kind of where we left off, was the party witnessing this giant eye looking down at them. Sorry for the sniffles. My allergies are being obnoxious. I'm trying not to though, but as the eye itself opens up, looking down at you, you guys all of a sudden hear this very loud cry. As soon as this is the assumption, and the sound itself like rumbles the earth, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it outside of it's loud, like almost unbearably loud for you guys, as well
I still
as
speak with animals. Do I understand anything?
as far as you heard, it was just a roar of not. Well, I guess you can insight it whether what you could maybe gain from it.
I'm gonna glean some information. No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
8.
8. Yeah, it's
It's not nothing.
it
It's
roared.
something. It roared.
The brain stopped working.
Sorry, I was messaging the DM.
It's okay. That was part of it, but also the brain just went hiccup. Like I said, it roars, and it's roars/cries out, and this just loud rumbling throughout the cavern. Some of the stalactites start to fall from the cave. It's very concerning for you guys, almost as if, this could cause a cave-in or something, before it kind of stops. The eye kind of just stares at you for a moment before it seems like I guess, well, is anybody doing anything to this creature, or how is everybody reacting to this? I guess.
Looking at it.
Staring in horror.
Demira will, as usual, try to put herself ahead of the group. She's not hostile, but she's protective.
Akari will also put herself around kind of the front, ready to kind of defend, but not like her hand is ready by her weapon, but she's not like trying to swing or showing intent to swing it yet. But she's observing the eye closely first.
Vivra
insight isn't good.
slowly brings a hand up, but is staying in place, and she's like, Akari, we're not fighting this thing.
But she want to see that to
Yeah.
her.
Yes, that's what I said. Vivra said.
No, I'm saying you don't have to see that to her. She's already looking. She ain't trying to swing at it if
No, I
she
know,
have to.
but she sees you stepping in front of her with your knives, and she's like, we're not
Sword.
fighting.
It's ready. It's still sheath too.
Do it.
But she is
My
gonna
insight isn't good, but I'm gonna roll.
I can add to it.
Can I roll animal handling or anything to sort of discern something from this?
What are you trying to discern?
Whether I know more about this creature, be it from all of the books I've read or otherwise, and whether I know this creature is more likely to be hostile or passive towards humanoids.
Say your can you even roll a 30 DC?
A 30, I can roll a 29 if I get a
I
nat
have a
20.
17 insight check.
17. Can say if you can.
Can I
it
tell if it's
can-
hostile or not?
I mean, it's looking at you doesn't appear. You can't really gauge if something is hostile with just an eyeball, I would assume.
Can I, at the risk of potentially being meta, go, Demira, can you help me out for a second to try to get guidance to see if I
Yes.
can hit a 30?
Demira will cast guidance on you.
I'm gonna use my fox dice for this because
And hopefully roll a 4
A
also.
nat 20 would give me a 30 for a check on
Ooh.
insight.
a nat 20 animal handling would give me 29. Let's see. Okay. Oof, I don't
See
know why
what
I'm nervous.
happens.
I did roll a 4 on yours.
Yay.
17 on mine, so that's 18, 19, 20, 21 plus 9 is 30.
Oh,
Flat 30.
Holy
exactly.
smokes. I saw the 17, exactly 30. I saw the 17 and I was like, darn it. And then I saw the 4 and I was like, hang on.
Yeah. While you don't know what this creature is or what it could be, a very, very long time ago, maybe probably the first time you came into this area, when you were doing your travels as a wolf, your lone wolf, running around just kind of exploring, you might have overheard just a random group of people, adventurers, speaking about a old legend that there is these massive leviathans. There seems to be one off in the sand, one in the sea, one in the mountains, and one in the sky. But that's
And
all you can remember.
Ooh. So there's a few
and
of
that's
them.
with a 30.
Yeah.
Nothing has been confirmed, although the only ones that, yes, so actually Vivra, Akari, and Velkorin would remember
The desert
seeing
one.
the
The desert
desert.
serpent. Yeah, I
desert
posted in Discord that I remembered.
Quick question about that. When Demira and Lumi were brought together with the party for that big meeting when we went to Saria, the group kind of went over details of what they had been through when they went through the portal and came back and stuff. They didn't talk about the secret village and they didn't talk about Wither, but did they mention the sand leviathan?
I feel like Vivra's mentioned it.
Like, because we sort of just said at the time, instead of fully role-playing every detail, retelling the whole story, we just went, and they explain the whole thing except for these parts.
I
So
would
could we
assume
assume that that was brought up?
I would assume that would be part that would probably be
Yeah.
not
So
brought up.
then, yeah. So then, even though Demira and Lumi weren't there for that, they were at that meeting, so we could have heard about it
No,
also.
I'm saying I would assume the serpent would not be brought up because that would
Oh,
be part of
I
the
guess
Gatori bringing
so.
you guys over the sea. Sand sea.
Okay.
And I remember Velkorin thought about shooting it, but you had him roll an insight, and you said that that was not a good idea, or like
Yes.
he felt like if he did, that it would probably eat all of us.
Yes,
So Velkorin knows
Perla
that attacking it
Perla
is
was eaten by
likely
it,
death.
Yes.
and that's how she ended up in Termina, because there's a portal in its stomach or something.
Mhm.
Okay. So then Demira and Lumi don't
Ooh.
know about the sand leviathan either?
No.
Okay, so this is our first leviathan.
Mhm.
Getting eaten doesn't necessarily mean death. That's actually really good to know.
Yes. Yeah. Perla has a t-shirt that says, "I was eaten by the sand leviathan and this is all I got."
But anyway, So, the massive eye, which was looking at you for a moment, but obviously, as a, I guess, a reminder for the sheer size of this eye, the eyeball itself is about 30 feet big. Big. The eyeball itself was about as big as the Queen Dodongo that you guys just faced. As it kind
Also
of,
huge.
yes, also huge.
Yes, very large.
30 feet is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the queen. It's the
Yeah,
biggest one.
like-
3-story building.
Which is why when Vivra said, I want to
Mhm,
jump over it,
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
and then you
Try
fell in the
and fail.
lava.
Yep, right in the lava.
Okay. But like I said, the eye kind of stares at you for a solid minute before it
Oh, torture.
blinks. And then you hear it cry out again. With a bit of a lower sound this time before its eye closes and the earth around you starts to shake as you see the eye start to move away into the mountain. The mountain itself is just, it is very hard for you guys to even keep your footing with how much the earth itself is shaking right now. With the assumption that the beast is moving now, it starts to move and you can see the black and red scales that keep kind of show off as it's moving past you. Every once in a while you can see a very familiar gold material kind of between the scales, so to speak, as it continues to move on past you. Like I said, the ground is shaking obnoxiously as this creature is, you can assume, burrowing deeper into the cave or moving. It's probably something that clues into you now that the massive cavern itself probably wasn't from the Dodongo, but was from this creature digging around, burrowing.
Oh boy.
As the creature continues to move its way, the earth just shaking all around you, stalactites falling from the ceiling, the hole that where you could see the beast is crumbling and becoming wider and wider as it continues to move, and before it finally moves past you, leaving a obviously massive gaping hole in the cave that appears in front of you. They're still shaking it, but as time goes on, the shaking is less, but it's still obvious. Yeah, almost as if like the mountain itself feels like, oh, it could erupt at any moment.
Do we
But
need to deck save for the shaking, or?
it's very hard to stay standing, but nothing has hit you yet.
How is the lava still kind of like going past us? It's not like filling up,
It
is
has
it?
actually done
It
the
rising?
opposite now. The lava is starting to flow back into the hole,
Oh, okay, good.
and
It's sucking up the lava.
specifically, now that the beast has stopped covering the hole, Demir, you are the first to feel it. There is an immense feeling of pressure towards you. And then before that pressure, it immediately you feel a massive pull. Even more so than you've ever felt from anybody else before. The same similar feeling whenever you're near a weapon spirit. And it's going towards the hole. Everybody else and feel just the pressure of something knows you're there.
I think now would be a good time to leave.
Yeah, Demira is like in a like super defensive stance all of a sudden, looking around. Like
Vivra says that out loud.
yes, there's. Do I
It is
have a
not
direction or just overwhelming?
The direction is into the hole that you are looking at. The pressure you're feeling is not hostile. I will
How
add that.
Oh, it's
badly?
not? Well, that might change things.
How badly do I want to go towards it?
I mean, you are
You want me to roll
you are
for it?
very drawn to the feeling.
Well, Zom, if the pressure is not hostile, Vivra might walk towards it if she knows the direction.
Towards-
it doesn't
towards the
feel
hole.
hostile at all. It's okay. Vivra starts walking towards the hole.
Just
The pull. Wait, are we all
Does
pulling
everyone
filling the
feel
pull? Or is it
that?
just Demira?
Mira is the only one that feels the pull. Everybody else just feels pressure.
Okay.
It's not hostile, but it's something is watching you.
I feel something similar to when there's a weapon spirit around, but it is much stronger. It's coming from that direction. And she points into the hole.
At this point, Vivra's probably close to the edge of it. She'd turn back and say, maybe we should follow it.
Is it safe to?
I'm sorry. There was a giant who only knows what that just went that way. Both of you are suggesting that we follow it?
Okay, look, Lumi, I mean, yes, I know. We sound crazy right now. But the thing is, the Leviathan's probably harmless. We've encountered one that, well...
We also don't know if it is.
At least that's what I think it is. As long as we don't attack it, we're probably fine, but I don't know. Don't you feel that?
I feel like I want to run away from it. It knows that we are here. It is clearly watching us.
Yes, but that's the thing. It knows that we're here and it hasn't done anything about it.
It left. Typically, when things leave, they don't want you to follow them.
Fair.
Akari.
Lumi's
So-
danger
Yeah.
she is like ruffled up. She looks more scared of that than she looks afraid of the Hydra, but she hasn't changed her voice. Her voice is still very much her normal, like, composed voice. It's not her higher pitched, panicky one.
Vivra, are you looking into the hole? Or if you
yeah,
just approached it?
She'll glance and look into it.
Demira is
you-
more focused on Lumi right now.
As you approach the hole, you see obviously the magma is flowing into this hole, and as you come up to it, you realize this massive crater, so to speak, in the wall is a lot deeper than you expected. You can see the lava is flowing constantly down, making literally a column of lava as it's falling down below you. As you start to look up more, trying to see what you can see, obviously it is very dark, but you can see the glowing columns and pillars of lava off into the distance, and as your eyes start to adjust to the darkness a bit more, you can start to see the semblance of a stone structure. And the
Like a
more
building?
the more you look, you see even more structures, and then you see rails that seem to be attached to each one of these different areas. There
Like a
seems to be
temple.
a temple or something down in there. And as you are witnessing, peeking over to see this, you can see down below, underneath the temple, so to speak, happening by image. Looks like there's like two happening at the same time. Very confused.
Is that what that is?
Why that's happening.
I don't see it. Unless one of them just faded out
There we
there or
go.
something.
You know, the
Oh,
fade.
yeah, it's like
No.
half faded. Like I see the pillar there, and then
Okay.
there we go.
There now. That's weird. It's like fading in a weird way.
Ooh. Oh, spooky fading.
I don't know. Okay. Anyways, sorry. The thing was being weird and I maybe fixed it now?
Well, it doesn't look like two images merging anymore.
Oh, nope, it's just fading really slow.
Is it because of your Nikki stream settings?
Oh, see, now it's two images again because it is super slow fading.
In time between.
That's trippy.
The one, I
More
don't
tech
like that.
issues.
More tech issues. I told you, don't jinx it.
Two.
Oh, we're starting over. And it's a slow fade.
Oh, I'm dumb. I did the wrong thing. I did transition speed. That's why.
It's just been like a 5-minute
Look.
fade.
Between.
Oh, there's the fade again.
I'm between.
There you go.
I'm fixing it.
This
Sorry.
is Vivra getting yanked between reality.
Sorry.
And over again. Just,
I did the wrong
someone
thing,
show up.
so it was taking 15 seconds to switch to each picture. That's why it was looking weird.
That's really funny.
Anyways, sorry.
So what's happening?
So you can see, obviously, the lava is kind of lighting up everything. And then you can see on the structures themselves, they seem to have torches that are lighting up the area. Like I said, as your eyes start to adjust to the darkness a bit more, now you can actually see these structures. And each of the structures themselves seem to be attached by what looks like rail cars. But also, you can realize the vastness of how open and this area is huge. It's almost as if there's like a whole nother world down here. And also, as this is all kind of coming into your mind, you finally hear a voice. All of you can hear this voice. And it's the voice of a feminine voice that speaks up and says, "Oh, so the mountain is finally awoken."
Oh.
Right, we don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It could be a good thing.
Someone told us the Dodongo told you the mountain was asleep, right?
Yes.
And I would have relayed
So
that.
now the mountain is awake. But does that mean it's gonna explode, or does it mean something else?
Akari would just kind of think and even reply out loud to the voice like, "Mountains waking up sounds not normal and possibly strange. Is that a mean for concern?"
You all heard that as well?
Yes.
And
Seems like it.
for you, Demira, like I said, you still have that massive pole towards the hole that Vivra is looking into. And after you kind of have focused enough on it, you can start to feel there's another pole, smaller pole, and another, and another, and another. Point of there's a large separate pole you feel each time from each. You feel about around 20 different poles outside of the one massive pole within this area.
It feels like there are dozens of weapon spirits here.
Living?
A dozen.
Question.
Yes.
How far are we down the hole? Are we in the hole? Are we?
No.
None of us are in the hole.
Nobody's
Vibra's on
gone
the end
in
of the
the
hole.
hole.
The rest of you guys are like back still.
I'm going in the
Yeah.
hole.
I'm going in the hole. It was like a huge drop, though. Be careful.
And as you,
I mean, if you step up, I think Vivra will grab your shoulder and say, "Hang on, not everyone agrees yet."
As Velkorin steps up, you hear the voice speak up again. I'm sure you have questions, and I would love to speak to the child that is with you.
Child.
Okay.
And
So-
you see these like red phoenix feathers float around each one of you. And you feel a lot lighter all of a sudden.
Yes, Featherfall. Okay.
I thought it was gonna protect us from the heat.
there's no aggression, correct?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
why
turn
Vivra was-
to Vivra.
Yeah.
I understand that we don't agree yet, but at the end of the day,
No,
we're gonna
I-
go down there, and I'm just gonna pull back and fall down the hole.
Wait, can I try to grab him? Do a contested like something to grab him?
You can
Yeah.
try to roll against his AC to grab him, I guess.
Okay.
Make an unarmed
Here's the thing,
attack, I
if
guess.
I catch you, I'm definitely falling with you because Vivra doesn't have the strength to keep you up here.
I hope to God you pull and then you grab for the arm that's
Okay,
not
well,
there.
I got a 19 on my dice, so
Okay.
do I grab
And
you?
we're both down the hole.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
I'm
believe that
willing to
actually
have
sounds like
Vivra
the-
fall as well because I think that's really funny.
Right.
I'll do it
Here's
for the
my
bit.
AC, right?
So 19 was on the dice, so I'm gonna add,
God,
if
yeah.
it's my dex, it's at least
Weird.
+3.
Well, grappling is
Demira.
strength, isn't it?
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing strength right now. I'm doing a dex check or a dex save to
Just
grab
trying to
you,
grab you.
and then the
I
strength
think
happens.
either way
because
you're
that
going down the
-2.
hole.
Yeah, either way,
If
you're
you
falling in the hole
miss,
with
you're
him.
off balance.
Yeah.
You did the
So,
whole
let me go
wait,
ahead.
jumps at you, and then forgot that
I
you
did not
can't.
just roll
You're
a
gonna
nat
keep
20
going.
strength check. That's such a waste of a nat
As
20.
we-
So 18. Do I pull him up or no?
No,
That'd be
you go
really
in with
funny
him.
if you succeeded. Oh,
As
there I
we
go.
fall down the hole, can we do like a Spy Kids 2 thing where they're just like falling and having a conversation quick?
Because we're falling,
You are falling
gently,
slowly.
so
You
as
are
we
Yeah,
start,
like we're-
yeah.
as we start falling, and I'm still holding on to your cloak or something, and then we're like falling slowly. I look at you for like 2 full seconds, and I'm like, really?
his arms are crossed, like he has 2 arms still.
And I'm like,
There's no
I was trying. I wasn't gonna force Lumi to hop down here. I was gonna encourage her to go back to the city, and now I can't because I'm falling with you.
Well, there's no hostility here, and I have questions.
There's no.
And we need to figure out more about Demira. I will make it
I
up
mean-
to Lumi later.
Holy smokes! Great. I'm glad that you'll make it up to her.
If you haven't realized, I'm very much a do shit and apologize later.
I was gonna jump down the hole eventually, but I was gonna
So-
give her the out because she seemed very uncomfortable, and I'm trying not to put other people's life in danger anymore.
She's
Not my
trying.
problem.
How much of this is echoing?
It's just like
I
echoing
mean,
through the hall.
It was echoing a little bit, but at this point now, the rest of you just hear voices trailing up.
No, I just imagine you guys standing up top, and you're just like, "Well, this is awkward. We can hear everything they're saying."
It's like the last thing that comes out of the hole is I'll make it up to Lumi later, and then it just goes blue, 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 blue.
Bloobity, bloobity, bloo.
So you guys hear everything up to that point.
So Demira looks back towards Lumi and Akari.
Akari just
Lumi.
has a look of
Are you
pure
okay?
respect.
Goodness
Lumi
gracious.
has her hands like clasped together in front of her face, just staring at the hole. She looks exasperated more than
Yeah.
anything else.
Hey, Vivra tried to defend her, okay? She's trying.
I understand. I understand why they rushed in, but if you are not comfortable with this, I won't leave you behind.
She takes a like really big deep breath in. She finally lowers her hands. You feel a pull drawing you into it, right?
Immensely.
She looks at Akari.
Akari just says, if you don't want to go down, I can stay and let the mirror go. Or if it helps, I can. What do they do? hold someone as you're falling, but I guess you have
cute.
wings.
Lumi
Yeah,
kind of
Lumi can
shoots
fly.
her arms out, and she flaps her wings, and she gets
Yeah.
in the air, and she's like,
And
Even-
we all have featherfall as well.
"Okay,
Yeah.
let's go, ladies."
I would
wanna
love
do
to
something
offer you a
that's-
comforting hug, but and she sort of gestures as she's
Oh,
still
right.
glowing like white hot.
Yep.
Please no. Please refrain.
I will not.
I feel like
Store that
Velkorin
for
and
later.
Vivra have that
Thought.
angry sibling energy right now, and then the other three of you guys are just the ones that got dragged along with the family drama.
So,
Been falling for 30 minutes.
yeah, we've been falling for 2 hours. Alistair wants to do something, but it's so out of character for Velkorin. that I
Yellow
can't do it.
eyes! Yellow
I
eyes!
want to just
Force him to
yell
do
up the
it!
hole saying it
Stop it!
burns, it burns.
Burn, burn. Oh god.
Holy smokes.
I will go ahead first. Demira will hop down. And then Lumi and Akari can go after her.
See, because
Akari-
Lumi can fly, she's gonna
Mhm.
kind of like she's not gonna like dive down or anything, but she's going to try and scope out where the frick frack they're about to land as
Yeah.
she's going.
Yeah,
No.
Demira will be paying attention to our landing location.
That's
also.
that what Akari's gonna check first before jumping down, and also kind of just waiting for when Lumi's ready to go down to jump around the same time.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
another just visual aspect. Most of these structures / buildings look like large stone towers, basically. Each one of the buildings themselves is attached by rail cars, it looks like. And then there's one much larger structure that almost looks like a dome. And on the very top of it looks to be a stone that's kind of the shape of an anvil. And there's a column of lava just falling constantly on top as it pours
Hold on.
off to the
Ooh.
sides.
Did you just describe a boob?
A boob? I
An
mean,
anvil shape.
A dome with a little thing on top of it.
an anvil
Oh,
on
An
top of
anvil
it.
That's
shaped
where you
areola.
I guess it's a boob, according to Velkorin.
Great, we're headed towards a boob.
As you all slowly drift closer to the, I guess, ground floor, so to speak, the temperature itself gets cooler. It starts to be much more comfortable, which is it's weird because obviously there is lava everywhere still. As you slowly drift lower and lower to the ground.
I want art of that so bad.
Change the ground level pictures now.
Demira will be angling her glide down in the direction of the pole.
Which is that large dome-like structure.
Demira is
Oh,
drawn
good.
to the boob.
So they're drawn to the boob. Checks out.
I must have it.
Checks out.
I had a bad thought about it. I don't know if I
I
should
thought
say
about
it,
the
though.
boob.
Well, no, because it's one guy and 4 girls, and I'm like, yes, the place where the harem shall be completed.
Jeez.
The giant boob temple.
Yes.
The boob temple. I
Oh,
know a
you're like,
place.
I spent so much time coming up with this design, and he made it a boob in 2 seconds.
Yep.
and it'll forever be the boob temple now.
Yep.
If we ever come back here in a future campaign 3 years from now, we're gonna hear the shape again. We're gonna be like, the boob temple! Guys, we made it! I know a place.
I know a place. Shit, Christ. So, I would assume,
Yeah.
Demira, you're probably trying to pay attention to the smaller poles as you
Yes,
are falling
trying.
as well.
In an alternate universe, I'm very distracted, but yes. Demira is gliding towards the dome.
I don't. Okay. And is she trying to look towards any of the other smaller poles as well?
How
is
spread
she-
out are they? She would be curious, yeah.
They are all over this, essentially, each different building, there's multiples in different areas within this kind of entire area. This looks to be almost a kind of a smaller village, but it's all stone towers.
Does it seem like the large pole is central to all of the, like, are all of the other tiny poles sort of centralized around the dome and the big pole?
Kind of. Like I said, it's kind of more, you feel the strongest pull, the massive pull, towards the dome. And then if you focus, you can feel the smaller pulls kind of scattered throughout the village, so to speak, towers. It's nothing, not so much as a pattern like they're all around this person or this thing that you feel, but it's, you can feel separate pulls, as if you were like normally when you feel Esmeralda, you can know the direction he's in, or when you felt the forest guardian, you knew the direction they were in. That's very similar to the pull that you're feeling right now.
Demira will relay the information about where the pulls are coming from and the strength of each telepathically to whoever's within 30 feet of her. She'll just individually repeat that information to each person. I'm assuming Vivra and Velkorin are already beyond 30 feet from me, though, since they jumped first.
Probably. But you have the bullshit for Velkorin, so.
Oh yeah, I can
Oh,
tell
true.
Velkorin. Velkorin can tell you, because yeah, I can.
If he chooses to.
Yes.
Yeah, if he chooses to tell you. It's also, I have to mention,
Don't
totally
laugh like that. It's also
totally
what
in
now?
character that he's like, oh,
Why?
I have to find more information about Demira, and jumps ahead without Demira. He's like, I'm gonna be an expert on Demira and not tell her anything about herself.
Well,
I'm gonna know her whole life and not tell her anything.
let me defend myself.
Let you defend yourself? Right.
He jumped down knowing that
Yeah.
you guys would come with. And first of all, the only people who are showing up to find stuff about Demira are just dickheads. So like, of course he's gonna be like, who's this non-dickhead?
A nice person.
Holy smokes.
As after a minute or two of all of you falling, you finally touch down to the ground, and the sheer massiveness of these towers wasn't really as obvious when you were looking at them from above, but now that you're on the ground level looking up at them, it's, oh, these are big. Like, the only structure that you can think of that was bigger was the stone tower that you guys saw when you were in Termina. Or I guess at that point, other way around, you were in Hyrule. Hyrule was the tower going up. And then
Yeah.
Termina was going down.
Right.
But like I said, the towers themselves are kind of suspended over the lava that's underneath, and there are obviously every once in a while there's a few stone pillars, platforms underneath as well. So, off chance someone were to fall, that would where you would want to aim for. But as you all touch the ground, you hear the feminine voice again speak up that, come towards the dome and I will explain what's going on. The other children are hiding for now, but nobody here will hurt you. As long as you don't try to hurt us.
That's what I said.
Children?
She is referring them as children.
But she said that there's others. Okay, so then we can assume.
Did feel many.
We can assume that if the other pulls are weapon spirits and they're being referred to as children, then when she said something about wanting to speak to the child, then she was probably referring to Demira because she's a weapon spirit, right?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
No. The reason I said child back then was because Demira presents as an adult.
Yeah.
So they're just like, hang on, am I about to learn that we've been traveling with a 5-year-old this entire time?
I was born a month ago.
Yeah.
You are a child.
But yeah, no. I I thought you guys caught that immediately. I was like,
I was born an adult female a month ago.
Just to clarify, the voice is talking to everybody still, or just
Yes.
Demira with that last bit? Okay.
That's everything.
Okay,
Everybody.
good to know.
Okay, still in everybody's head. That's what I want to make sure.
Mhm.
Okay, Demira's going towards the dome and lands whenever she lands. And I assume everybody else will be also going towards that direction with the information.
Right.
Akari will be doing her best to follow that way.
So the picture I have on screen right now
If she
is
goes
kind
too
of
low,
your...
grab her if you can, Lumi.
I don't know that
Lumi
you
is
can
straight
guide
up just
Featherfall. Sorry,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
it's a slow fall, so if you think of skydiving, you can kind of direct yourself in some ways while skydiving.
fair.
Not
and
full
Lumi is
control,
straight up
but some.
flying, so
Yeah,
she
Lumi
can
has full
kinda,
control.
she
Yes,
can nudge
Lumi has
people
wings.
around as needed.
Except for me,
I
'cause
just
I'm
imagine
burning
Lumi
hot.
flying around between all of us, just like, okay, go this way, just line up. And
Just
Oh, but you
gentle corrections to everyone except for Demira. Demira, you're on your own,
She
babe.
just gets like a gust every once in a while. You did mention that it was cooling down.
Yes.
Is it cooling down enough that Demira
Yes.
is no longer like red hot?
Yes.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
back
I
to
don't-
normal temperature.
Doesn't make sense to me, but I'll take it.
it's magic. It's a magic.
magic.
Place. Yeah. Explain
Okay,
it away with
good.
magic.
Yeah.
But,
So Vivra and Velkorin would land first, probably, unless Lumi's just like, woo, first.
No.
Nope.
Nope. She's
She's
like,
not landing if she can avoid it. She's going to stay airborne.
makes sense. So
Her anxiety is high.
makes sense. I mean, that's fair. As you guys, like I said, the image on screen right now is kind of what your view is looking at right now, where there's a bunch of different torches on these stone walls that are acting as light. The flames themselves slightly, I mean, if anybody wants to do an Arcana check, they can.
Yes, I'm proficient.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
sure, why not?
Yep.
Yes. I'm good at Arcana.
What's my Arcana?
Nope.
0.
No, I don't.
I got
I don't.
a 20.
I got a 1.
24.
So we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Wow,
We're
a
gonna
10
move on.
total.
My blue dice hate me lately. I don't understand what's going on with those guys.
So I guess since
feeling
you got a nat 20, I'll give you some extra information on top of it, because these are just, I mean, they're magical fire. Magical fire. That's meant to burn forever. But that is enough of a clue for you that obviously this area is filled with some type of magic or influence, with the assumption that this massive pressure that you still feel is probably the source of everything that feels odd in this area. So the reason why you are in the center of a volcano and it's cool and there's flames that are seemingly to be burning forever without a source. But so based on that, you can make the assumption that the full / pressure you guys are feeling is the source of all the odd magic or occurrences in this area.
That feels like such a waste of a nat 20.
I know, I'm sorry.
Hey, I
think
wasted my nat 20 on a strength check against Velkorin, so we're chilling.
We're just burning our 20s tonight.
Yep.
Good.
I already burned their 20 before we even went live.
Oh,
Yep.
So we've had 3 nat 20s tonight, and
Yep. And they've all been for nothing burgers. It's like, oh, fire. Oh, I can roll. Yeah, that's fire. You got it. But guess what? Magic. Yeah.
You know everything there is to know about that fire, though.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell her the make and model. Tell her who sculpted it.
It's a fire
ancient.
that's red.
Oh yeah, you got it's
And
red.
Ironically, if you
Okay.
touch it, it's not actually hot. So that's
Man, I was hoping for the shiny, the blue one.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Write
might
it down.
be.
Write it down. It'll be on the quiz later.
I need my temperatures to be at least white hot level.
Oh my God, heatless fire. I like that. Actually,
That's good for us.
Write that
Good
down.
news
Write that
for us.
down.
Write it
All
down.
We'll
You got
say
it.
everybody has touched down on the ground now, and you've heard the request to come to the dome. I assume
I thought you were gonna say everyone's
Demira
touched the
has-
fire, and I was gonna be like, don't tell them.
everyone's on fire now.
Everyone took a turn, like, whoa, guys, did you check this out? Anyways, Demira has been kind of trying to calmly resist this pull for quite a while now, and it's so powerful. Now
Are
that
you gonna
she's
sprint?
yeah, now that she's sort of gotten the overall acceptance of the group that we're doing this, she's going to kind of rush
Gah.
ahead towards
Oh, okay.
it.
I was gonna sneeze and it went away. I hate when that happens. Also just for background part of it, it's not obviously not as loud as it was before, but you do hear the slow rumbling kind of in the background, which you can make the assumption that that's probably the Leviathan that you saw
Yeah.
that is burrowing currently.
We didn't see any signs that the volcano was going to erupt because of all those tremors, did we?
Not where you guys were.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, lovely.
I love
I'm a
that for
tectonics
us.
expert, guys. I think
Yep.
we're fine.
Anyway, so I assume Demira is leading the charge going towards the dome.
Yeah, she's not like sprinting recklessly, but she's doing, like a dramatic run. Dramatic jog, like in a musical or something.
The way that I cross the mat when
A
I'm in the
stage
gym.
run.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right. As
Do a
you...
spin halfway through because you've got a musical going on in your head.
Yeah.
Right. As you enter the dome, you can see that it's like a giant dome. The pictures is on screen currently. It's almost as easiest way to describe it is there is a bunch of runes on the walls and the ceiling, all attached. There's almost a starfish looking stone, I guess,
Array.
array, whatever. But runes are attached to each one of the quote-unquote legs, so to speak. Oh, Nibi, pick the worst time to BRB.
Right?
It's fine. But
We can run in slow motion for
Run
5
in
minutes.
Oh no.
No,
We've gone from
it's
anime musical scene to what's the show with the people running on the beach? What's that called?
Baywatch.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Like I said, everything down here is made out of stone, and it all has that like clay reddish tint to it, which makes sense if you're underground and using any kind of stone structure. You're probably using clay. The intricate runes that are all scattered throughout here, if any of you even try to understand these runes, it is not even close to being in your even close to something that it might be, except old. That's the only thing you can probably assume. It's old. Baywatch. Yes, that is the.
You don't have to read chat.
Yep, I'm reading it. I'm reading
Why
it.
not?
It's
I love
me. If
reading
it's me.
chat.
The
If
runes
it's me,
basic.
you can ignore
Here,
it.
let me read it aloud. DM describing incredible, massive subterranean
Oh,
lava
God.
temple. Party. Baywatch.
Basically, the runes
no.
are nothing close to any type of language that's probably in the modern day, is what you're
Mhm.
saying?
I feel like we're
Something
entering a
special.
coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
that's a
I
good way
would
to.
love
That's a
that.
good way to describe it. It's not a coliseum, but it's a good way to describe it. It's a
Listeners?
yeah,
Has the vibes of
a vibe to it. Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
that's
It
it.
does
I
look
love
like
the-
vibe
it
surrounds
does
the dome.
look like it. I
Yeah.
mean, it could be if you wanted to be mean to this person.
Oh yeah, let's
anyways.
dance TPK right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a totally good idea. Anyways, so yeah, as you guys
Welcome back.
approach the
That was horrifying
opening,
to walk my head to.
okay.
TPK. Oh, I'm back.
But anyways, as you enter the room, obviously the first very blaringly obvious thing that you see is a very, very tall woman standing in the center, looking at all of you. the put it on right now.
How tall is very tall?
She is standing approximately 30 feet tall. To you guys.
Oh,
Pretty.
This is a large. This is a very
Hello.
large woman.
Hi.
The
Yeah, I consider myself very tall. 30 feet or
30
whatever.
feet tall. Okay, huge woman behind. She has 4 arms. That's probably the other thing that sticks out the most. And on each one of those arms, she is holding a different weapon. She has a large battle axe in one hand, a long spear in another, a long sword in the third hand, and a massive hammer in the last. And the obvious thing that sticks out to a couple of you is the Goron symbol on the head of the hammer itself. And she also has a couple different adornments that have the symbols that represents Din, the goddess of power. Besides that, her appearance, she has long brown hair with 2 separate braids off to the side. Her eyes themselves are a deep red, and the sclera is almost a golden yellow that's similar to magma. Zoom in quick. Be able to see her eye better. Picture's already huge.
Come closer, ma'am.
I'm working on it. Actually, I can reset her now. That reset her
Could you bend over so we
appropriate
can look into your
size.
eyes, tall woman?
Yeah, because I can't remember. I have to remember exactly what I did. Yes, red iris with yellow gold looking sclera that have red on the very outsides of it. She's wearing this. See it better. She's wearing adorned with a head ornament that has a couple different gems on the sides, as well as down the center, a green, red, and blue gem down the center. Also attached to the head ornament that she's wearing are these red feathers that almost look like phoenix feathers. Her normal attire itself is a silver breastplate that appears to have cracks that look like magma all throughout her breastplate. She's also adorned with a blue cloth-like sash that is going around her entire body. Lots of different leather armbands on her as well, and other adornments. As you get lower towards her hip, she has a large, how to describe that word? Not a cape. Feather skirt, I guess, is a good way to describe it. Again, the similar red and orange that looks like a phoenix. She has very long, sharp red nails. And as you look up to her, Demira, you feel, obviously, this is where the massive pull's coming from.
Mom?
Mom?
Above table, of course.
So I'm not blocking people. Let me move her over. We're gonna put her back where she's supposed to be so that I'm not blocking everything again. But anyways, this massive woman is standing before all of you. At first had the weapons out, but now that you've walked in, is more of a, not a, so to speak, a hostile action towards you, but just to show her power, her strength. Obviously, these weapons are literally bigger than you.
Yeah.
But as she, so to speak, relaxes a little bit, the sword, axe, and lance all disappear, and then the hammer itself shrinks down to more, for her size at least, of a, like, blacksmith's hammer as she attaches it to her waist. And she looks down at all of you, and specifically at Demira. Oh, I have a new child in front of me. That isn't one of my children. It's interesting. I'm sure you all have plenty of questions, though.
Demira's stunned. When someone mentioned a great fairy in the mountain, right? As like a rumor. We had some hints
I
about that
believe you
before.
heard
I believe it
that
was
rumor
yeah.
from somebody. I can't remember.
And it was
Wasn't it in the Kokori, not the Kokori village, the Shiekah village before the mountain?
I think so. That or was that Juni's?
and
One of
also
the two.
yeah, because
Can't
we
remember.
did. Junie mentioned it at some point, but we had already heard about it from Esmeralda, maybe, or possibly the Forest Guardian. I think a
think it
few of the
was-
weapon
yeah, some
spirits
of the
have
weapon
told
spirits
me
have
rumors
mentioned it.
about this. So this is the like weapon spirit making great fairy
Is
that we've heard
the-
about, right?
Yes.
Or at least we could
or
assume.
You can make the assumption that this is most likely the Great Fairy of Valor.
Hold on. I've played enough Zelda to know what the Great Fairies look like, okay?
Yeah.
And she got an upgrade.
Hey, there's a great fairy. There are great fairies that have 4 arms. There are other great fairies that are huge and massive. They don't all look the same.
They're different in every game.
The Breath of the Wild Great Fairies.
Yeah, those ones look even different.
She doesn't have her drag makeup on yet.
That's just it, yeah. I'm disappointed.
God, this is the first one you've met. There are multiple.
Yeah. We've got some variation in design. So Demira is just like stunned, looking up at her and thinking that over in her head, trying to remember what we had heard about the Great Fairy of Valor being in the mountain. Are you the Great Fairy of Valor? And then she sort of panics and like bows and curtsies.
For the record, Lumi has landed at this point. Her wings are no longer wings, and she has her notebook out, and she is just like jotting down rapid fire notes.
Makes sense.
Gonna do a little sketch of her too.
She is going to do a little sketch of her too, but she is not making any attempt to be subtle about this. It is like the most frantic, like I have to document this kind of
Ma'am, this is on the record.
I just realized something.
Gonna be part of your next fashion line.
I realized something.
Mm-hmm.
This Great Fairy is blocking the art reel.
Oh, you
oh
have
my
it
gosh!
a little bit is on the wrong layer, yeah.
My bad.
I noticed that. I was like, wait a second.
Because I looked at it earlier when she was lower.
You could just switch their layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Then I have to move so many different things. It's fine.
Just move.
I made it work.
You move the
You would just move her down.
slideshow.
It's fine.
Yeah, you can
fine,
move the slideshow forward.
Fine. It's fine. Fine. I got it.
Okay.
Anyways, she gives like as you walked in, she's had a very stoic face the entire time. But as you ask her the question, she's, I guess I haven't been gone long enough that people don't know about me anymore. But yes, I am the Great Fairy of Valor.
Wow. Demira's just staring.
Akari just says "whoa" to that declaration. Question about table.
Yep.
When we talked to the one, well, no, they weren't a great fairy. I guess they were more so the goddess of time. Did we actually see them, or was it just a voice?
If I recall, you saw a white feminine figure. That's the only thing you could see.
Yeah.
You did not see anything.
Were they huge?
Yes, they were also big, I think. I can't remember.
Big like her?
It's been a long time. I don't think as big as her, though.
Okay.
So, you made Demira?
I did not.
I think she said that's not one of her children.
No, I know.
So
I'm asking. I'm making sure, Akari. I'm just. I
would think if she made her, she would call her children.
Okay.
Her
Do you
child.
know who did? Do you know who did?
Demira looks hopeful at you guys discussing the possibility of the Great Fairy having created her, because her alternative idea was much worse.
Yeah.
Uh,
All of everything I said, Vivra is talking about. I will say if it's out of character.
yes, that's fine. She does. She at this point, her eyes are mostly locked on Demira because there is both a. Actually, you know what? Since Demira is the one who's focused on her on top of everybody else, but I want Demira to make an insight check first.
Oh, insight.
Anybody else can too if they want to, but I want Demira to do it first. See what.
Should I use the metal one for
Absolutely.
giant weapon goddess? Probably.
Yes. Use the
Bonk.
giant metal one.
Okay, that's 16.
14,
I
so
got
24 total.
I got a 17 total.
19 total.
15.
Demira's just in awe. That's why she got the lowest one.
I just realized that I've never used intimidation and I have a +7 to it.
Jesus.
It's right below my insight, and I'm like, whoa, I should use that.
It's from that fighter.
Demira's
She's
tough.
just so
She's still
sweet.
warming up to it, yeah.
Yeah.
When it happens, we're gonna be like, oh man, dang. Whole
Oh.
other
The
side.
intimidation is going to be the most non-intimidating thing, but it's going to give the aura of intimidation.
Yeah.
It's your mom when she uses your middle name. That's Demira.
Oh.
Oh god. Anyways, 14 is what Demira got.
16.
16.
16. Sorry, 16. She's looking at you, and you get the very slight hint. Everybody else, I think, rolled higher than you.
Yeah.
So you guys get
That's
it
correct.
much more obvious than she does. But
24 total on Akari's end.
yeah,
Akari got
just
the best one for sure.
She's looking at you with the slightest hint of sympathy or
That's a bad sign.
There's sadness in her eyes.
Demira's heart drops a little bit if she had one. Her spiritual heart drops a little.
You'll break my heart if I had one.
and just because like it's obvious to her that you're not normal, because obviously she's the one that makes all weapon spirits. But it's also obvious to her that you have many questions. So that's her sense of sympathy, as you probably don't know what. But she does speak up after a minute. She says, I did not create. You're not one of my creations. But I consider all weapon spirits my children. Means you are one of my children as well.
Her head is down as her excitement gets dampened a little bit by that disappointment. But she kind of already suspected that. So then she looks back up, way up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's wrong with me?
At that point, she crouches down closer to your level with her hand outstretched towards you.
I'm sorry for being so forward. I don't know how to address you or how I am expected to act here.
Address me as you wish. But let me get a better look.
Of
Her
course.
hand is on the ground in front of you.
Oh.
I said she crouched
Demira.
down by you.
Demira will hesitantly, gently step onto her palm and sort of kneel because it's going to be shaky.
And very gently, she lifts you up closer to her so that she can get a better eye at you. First off, before I even see what is quote unquote wrong with you, you are not broke. There's nothing to fix about you. You are unique in your own way. Starts to look closer at you, inspecting very gently, turning her hand just to get a better look at you, eyeing the rune on your leg, looking into your eyes for a bit, and just kind of
Sorry. Vivra turns into a direwolf and starts barking furiously. Put her down!
Demira is sort of like, she will outstretch limbs and stuff, like almost as if she's being examined by a doctor. She's
Sorry,
just
hang on.
like, no problem.
Okay.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark.
She wants information, so she totally she's cooperating as much as possible by like outstretching limbs and stuff, like showing turning around, whatever is needed.
The more she looks at you, the more her expression shifts, and this is more for everybody else too as well, since I'm using all your insights currently as she's going through different emotions as she looks at you. You can see a hint of frustration as she looks at you, not necessarily that it's directed at you, but something is frustrating her. Then another time she has just a look of curiosity, lost in thought for a moment, but continues to inspect you gently. Huh.
When she looks at the rune, does she look frustrated or curious specifically when she sees that?
That was when she looked curious.
Okay.
I missed it. What did she see?
When she was looking at Demira's rune, she had a face of curiosity, or an expression of curiosity. And gather that your means of creation is very similar to my own. But
What?
the person who created you likely didn't know how to deal with the soul properly. Tell me
That's
about
concerning.
yourself. What do you know?
Well,
What do you remember?
I have no memory prior to being awoken in battle like this. And it was quite fuzzy at first. It's still difficult for me to remember back then, although it wasn't long ago. My memory has, well, improved since then, but that is the beginning of it. I don't know how I was created, but do you know of the Forest Guardian?
Change my music from eerie, creepy music to more appropriate.
Ooh.
More appropriate.
They told me that they could sense I was not created by a deity, and likely not created by you either, although I wish I had the honor. And another weapon spirit as well. He's golden and named Esmeralda. He also told me about you, but they both seem to agree that perhaps there was a taboo method that created me.
He smirks a bit first at your mention of a golden weapon spirit, and before getting to the next part, she's like, so you've met both the Forest Guardian, and you also met Midas. But apparently he's changed his name.
Midas.
Golden weapon spirit. You speak a very blunt man with red hair and gold shimmering body.
Yes.
His name was Midas, at least when I helped with his creation. But I assume he must have changed his name, I guess. But anyways, as far as... Well, I've done my best to keep the methods of creating a weapon spirit secret. But it appears at some point that knowledge must have been leaked. And that is most likely what caused your creation. Somebody trying to mimic my method.
Do you know how that might have been done? How I was created?
He looks at you and then looks at the rest of your party before asking you specifically, do you trust your companion with this knowledge?
Yes, of course. I trust them with everything.
Pauses for a moment and then addresses the rest of the group. As you can see, I assume you've said her name already, right? You've said that your name is Demira right now, right? I can't remember.
I didn't introduce myself. I don't know if anyone has said my name.
Okay, well then I'll reword
I
it.
don't think any
I'll
names were
reword it
said.
differently.
No, we haven't said any names.
We
in
have
front of
very
the
rudely
fairy
not
yet.
introduced ourselves.
Yeah.
Fair. She.
We haven't done this before.
Vivra, did I say, is Demira one of your children? Did I say that? Or did I say, is she one of your children?
I don't remember. Either way, we'll make the assumption that somebody mentioned
We're just
Demira's
dancing
name.
around. Now I'm just imagining the Great Fairy trying to get us to say our names, and we're just like, oh, well, you know, she was this, and then this happened, and...
Suddenly fairy rules apply and no one is willing to use their name.
Right? We're all being so good about not giving a fae one of our names, but this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Anyways, so she addresses the rest of the party and basically says, as you can see, the improper knowledge of my process leads to what happens to Demira. So, if you are going to be here, I need to trust that you will not repeat this method outside anyone else.
Lumi pauses, like, in the middle of, like, writing that sentence down. Do not repeat this to anyone
She
else.
pauses at the note taker specifically for a moment.
Maybe it would be better if we don't hear it then?
She stops, looks up, and then immediately says, you can review what I write down before we leave. Gladly.
Akari gives a nod, just like...
It's just, if it's not supposed to be known, maybe it's better we don't.
But at the same time, to know about Demira and everything about her, especially when she's a precious companion, I'd at least rather know, Akari says. I know I won't repeat it to anybody or have anybody I'll have any reason to repeat it to.
I thought she was imperfect because she was a person before, right? Like, that's why?
You're asking the fairy? Or are you just speaking out loud?
Vivra's, like, saying it towards Akari, but, like,
I don't think we ever...
well, in a sense.
Did we ever confirm that in character?
Demira said she's a person before.
What did
she said that.
I was going to say that I think Esmeralda mentioned being a person before as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Esmeralda did.
Yeah.
Esmeralda had mentioned, that sometimes fallen warriors can be made into weapon spirits by the Great Fairy of Valor, I think.
Oh, so,
but
okay, so people can.
No one has said how. Like, people don't have the knowledge of how it's done, I think is the issue here.
Yeah,
Right.
and we didn't get a confirmation hard that Demira was a person, just that we're guessing that, right?
We were
If-
guessing, yes.
Yeah.
So then Vivra, after Kari says that, Vivra looks up to the fairy and says, "So, is she? Or was she?"
It is most likely that yes, because I can make the assumption that the process was identical to my process, only they didn't have the proper means to dealing with the soul. The weapon spirits that I create are usually from fallen warriors that have earned honor in battle and wish to continue on through that. Basically, they come to me at the end of their career, so to speak, and request a duel. They are able to land a single blow. I grant them their honor to become a weapon spirit. There are also other great fairies and deities that I assist in creating for more specific means. Those weapon spirits are made specifically for a purpose, with an example of the Forest Guardian. While I didn't create him, he was not a person before he was created. But as far as, like I said, the process or the method of creating a weapon spirit, not so much a problem that you know, it's more a problem that it's something that shouldn't be attempted by someone who isn't a being like I. And as she looks back to you, essentially the process goes that the weapon is created first to prepare it as the host for the soul. After that, your soul, as she goes, and very gently taps your chest. And there's a small light that comes from your chest before a very dim purple flame comes out of your chest.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Partly explains what I was thinking.
Oh, what is that?
Is in essence part of your soul. In order to transfer the soul into the weapon, you have to temper the blade with this flame. And yours burning quite smaller than it's supposed to.
My soul?
This tiny, small flame is still in front of you. Yes, this is essentially the person you were before, so to speak. But for some reason, you're not whole, or at least thought you weren't. As you kind of look at this flame more closely, you can see that it's mostly that purple, similar color to your eye. And then as it starts to get to the top, you see that it has shifted colors to be more of a pale blue. It seems like in the process of tempering you and transferring your soul into the weapon, something I assume went wrong. Or the person who is attempting this didn't have the capabilities to properly transfer it. So not all of your soul got put into this weapon. But it is interesting, because it seems as if your soul has almost, to describe it outside of that, it seems to what's I had it in my head and then I lost it.
I stole it.
Yep. How dare you?
Stop
I-
stealing things.
A thought
I
stole.
couldn't help it. I stole the thought because I knew where it was going, so I had
I
to
know.
steal it.
I was, honestly, I was there too because
She
you're
absorbed
like,
it.
it's not all there, and I was like, split.
Is
That was my first thought, but
close, but not. It
close?
is
No. Snuffed.
Severed,
building.
Severed.
No, it's,
We were
Stop
there.
helping.
yeah. Stop helping. You're
Nitpicks.
making it worse.
Pried apart.
It is building upon
Consumed?
itself, almost as if your soul is being recreated into its own thing.
Metamorphing?
Yeah, it's kind of close.
Morphing.
That's
Ooh,
close.
She's
metamorphosis.
becoming her own person.
It's developing.
You're gonna be a
Evolving?
butterfly before long.
Now, while if you view yourself, so to speak, as broken, not so much as you are broken as you were missing a piece of you, but your soul is obviously repairing itself. And as a matter of fact, I think there's a way I can help fan the flames, so to speak.
Are you able to fix me?
As you ask that question, she leans in very gingerly and gives you a soft kiss on the top of your head. And that tiny flame that was your soul
Oh, no.
bursts and grows.
Oh god.
It ignites.
Oh god.
And instead of just the purple that fades slightly into the blue, it is now almost 50-50 blue and purple. And for you, especially Demira, as soon as her lips touched the top of your head and that flame bursted, you just feel immense emotion, like happy,
Oh, no.
sad, every kind of
no.
emotion that you can think. Like before, when you were questioning, am I a real person? Don't I feel things the right way? Or I'm not a person, I'm a weapon, I don't feel this. You all of a sudden just have those emotions that are much stronger and more prominent in your being.
Demira's
She can no longer
Face.
deny.
goes through multiple emotions and she just bursts out into crystal tears. And seems a bit panicked about it because she doesn't understand that. Like, that's huge. That's new for her,
Well,
mostly.
that should jumpstart you a bit. While it might not restore the person you were before, you are your own person now. And you should be able to act as such. The easiest, above table, easier way to describe you are at about 90% capacity of
90% human.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Your
90% person
You
You
now.
were-
said jumpstart.
you were
That's,
before
you said jumpstart. I pictured like jumper cables
Yeah.
going on your shoulders. Like, all right.
before
She gave me the estrogen shot.
yeah, before
She's
you were
transitioning.
phoned. Jeez.
I have so much emotion now.
Jeez. Before you were around the 30% mark. So now you're pushing 90%. Where you can
Oh, she's old. Sorry.
these questions on like, oh, why do I feel the way I feel? All of a sudden it makes so much more sense why you felt certain ways you felt. Whether it was the embarrassment with the things that you've been dealing with Velkorin, or the I'm trying to remember different moments that you guys have had that
We
were
went shopping.
Phantom panic
emotional. Yeah, exactly that.
Someone else's panic attacks
that-
in my brain.
Exactly, the fear that you like, it's all different emotions at once, so it is obviously extremely overwhelming. But
Girls' night.
all
the emotion
those,
of girls' night.
just basically, it clears up a lot of the, am I supposed to be feeling this? I'm not a person, I'm a weapon. Wait. Oh, hey, that's not right. I can be both, or, it's very much he's jump-started your reality to think on your own and feel your feelings, so to speak.
Demira's sobbing and wiping away little tiny crystals. What does this mean? I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have been created, but I want to continue on, and I just want to understand more. I don't understand.
She's still in her hand, right?
I was
She's
gonna
like
say,
way up.
Yeah.
at this point, she lowers her down to her companions that can comfort her.
Yeah. I was just
about to
holding her a
say,
bit.
And she kind
hold
of. Go ahead. Fine.
DM, shut up.
Fine.
hold on. I gotta make sure. It's
There's a lot
technically.
to say.
Did you guys use my cloak in the last fight?
No, we haven't used Dimension Door.
Oh.
Well, not even Dimension Door. Well, I was gonna use that to get up, but I don't need Dimension Door anymore.
Yep.
Did you use my armor ability?
No.
There wasn't really a fight, so.
Yeah.
I didn't. The only thing I used for you was a spell to create your arm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because like she's crying right now, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you're crying. So without hesitation, the moment first of all, he's gonna Dimension Door up. But the moment she gets put down, he's gonna snap haste and then get to her as fast as possible.
Aw.
And then I don't know if he needs to. This is the perfect time for the hee hee hee.
I just call it the
You've asked me for
Oh,
time. So
you mean this one?
I don't think he needs to summon the arm because it's when he's emotional or it just comes out.
You're ironically, this is the one time like you didn't even think about it. Your arm just materialized for its own.
Then he's just gonna wrap his arms around her and just like, cause he's fucking just like 3 feet taller than she is.
Mm-hmm. And
to like kneel down and just like cover her and wrap her in his like arm cloak.
As you embrace her, the fairy herself looks at you and, you have the scent of a trickster on you. Be careful about that.
Oh, Velkorin, I'm sorry.
He's gonna take. I guess I gotta bring up Boogie.
Get my arm on.
You gotta get my arm on, but no.
Your mask off.
He's taking.
Take his mask out of his ass.
He's gonna do the same thing that he does whenever he tries to comfort somebody. Is he's gonna swap his mask and put it on her.
Oh right.
I just
It's been a while since you've done that.
Yeah. And then he'll just look up at the tall lady. And, I'm trying my best to handle it.
You ever need
and
help?
He's just gonna like show this is fucking fake arm.
And she responds to that. She says, "Well, if you ever need help with that, now you know where to find him."
I might take you up on it if I can get an arm out of the deal.
Can you help him now?
That's mostly up to him. I'd have to see how much influence being imposed on him currently.
How?
I'm also intrigued. How?
Yeah, Velkorin's like, oh, someday. Vivra's like, no. If there's a chance, I want to figure it out. But not that she cares or anything. No.
Let's deal with one thing at a time. Your companion needs you right now. We can discuss it.
Since Demira's not glowing bright, since it's not hot anymore, if things are being discussed and she is still crying, Akari would have silently went over and gave her a hug and not let go.
Yes, an Akari hug.
I'm sorry. I'm okay. This is new.
Take it one step at a time.
Vivra's gonna look over at Lumi, pull out her fairy ocarina, and gesture.
Duo.
Who has already burned her actual Song of Healing. She'll pull out her lyre though to play along, and she'll actually, cast.
Yeah, we'll do the calm emotions together. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll go ahead and just like legitimately cast calm emotions while playing with Vivra.
Yeah, dual calm emotions.
What's a duo?
No, not dual DUEL, DUAL.
Duet. Sorry,
we
a
start a
duet.
battle of the bands
That's what I was
behind this.
A duet is what I meant.
That's not the song. That's not the calm emotion song.
I know it's not. You're having a moment.
Just checking. This is my moment song.
This is your moment. This is your moment.
The fairy speaks up to Demira specifically. Obviously, I'm aware that this is overwhelming for you. Don't view your creation as something that shouldn't have happened. Everyone deserves to exist, regardless of the situation of how they become to exist. Blame your creator. Don't blame yourself.
Thank you.
Probably the first time her mostly stoic expression does soften a little bit with a gentle, very subtle smile towards her, though. As obviously she initially she refers to all weapon spirits as her children. So it's that very motherly emotion that she's portraying, even if it's very slightly towards.
I still have so many more questions. If I may.
Of course.
I'm not sure where to start. But the soul, if a soul was made, or I was forged with a soul that already existed, then, well, how was that soul acquired? How was it involved in forging, and what happens to it? It was still with me?
This is when her expression shifts again to, it's very subtle, but it's one of pity and sadness. It's likely that your other self, the person you were before, their soul was used in the process to make you. But not all of your soul was tempered within the weapon for some reason.
Were they hurt?
That isn't a question I have the answer to, unfortunately.
And they would be gone now then, right?
In a sense. In another sense, you still are technically that person, though you've grown into your own person.
So then, I'm not sure there's a normal way to say this, but there was a magical mirror at an inn, which shows memories, and I couldn't remember anything before awakening, but I did see something in that mirror that I don't recognize. But does that mean that it really was mine?
It's likely, based on what you're telling me, that those were memories of your past self. It must have been... Whatever you saw was such a deeply emotional time that it essentially wrote itself onto your soul. Whatever you saw was something that very much must have defined the person, or at least affected them. So much so that even without the entirety of your soul, you were able to experience it again.
And you mentioned that part of my soul was missing from the process and that it was likely a mistake. But is it possible that it could have been done on purpose? If two weapons were forged at the same time, is it possible that the soul could be divided?
At that point, her curiosity is peeking out a bit at this point, because it's not something she would have even considered. Just also the fact that for lack of a better term, that's very fucked up. If I had to guess, the splitting of your soul, so to speak, wasn't intentional. It was most likely a means to try to complete the ritual with what they had.
I'm not sure I follow. Have you ever heard of an obsidian weapon spirit with amethyst eyes?
You see her close her eyes for a moment. After a few seconds, finally opens them. Out.
It does?
The other piece that's missing from you likely went to them.
I had a feeling, but I thought perhaps I was being imaginative. I thought perhaps I saw through its eyes once. And I suspected there may be a connection somehow. I believe we were forged at the same time, although I don't have much evidence. My party members, my friends, they have a clearer memory of finding me than I do. If you have any questions for them.
At that point, she, I guess, looks to the party. Well, was there anything that stuck out to you when you found her?
There was a letter. Akari mentioned that had a weird signature of sorts on it.
We couldn't figure out whose it was.
There was also the other box that was empty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, empty
The
box.
crush box. I was gonna mention it, but I was waiting to see if the fairy would say anything about the letter first, and then I was gonna say also there was a. I guess Vivra just says that as well. Yes, there was a letter and a box, but the other box was destroyed. We couldn't really get anything from that either.
Yeah, we kind of found her with after contesting with a Lionel.
See that hint of frustration, kind of her brow furrows a bit. Like, so it is most likely that her existence, her reason to exist, was orchestrated by someone for a specific purpose.
I've had my suspicions for some time, but I don't know if it would help. I think I know who Demira was.
What?
Before you were turned into a weapon spirit. It first started when that child ran to you. And I think it was confirmed when you transformed into Nefea, but your eyes didn't change. I think you're the one we've been looking for.
Demira sort of grips Velkorin and Akari tighter since they're both holding her still, I assume.
Sorry, I should have asked if you wanted to know first.
I do want to know. I suppose we can't get more information about that down here. But Nefea, you're referring to the disguise I had used?
Yes.
That Lumi recognized?
Yeah. It was the only disguise you used that your eyes didn't change. I thought maybe you did that on purpose, but after thinking back for a while, I'm not so sure.
Demira sort of looks down at the floor in thought for a while, processing everything.
It was time for me to come out of hiding, so to speak. I know that if someone is trying to make weapons spirits,
are you going to help find them?
be looking for them. Probably send out some of the children to help me, but
you'll certainly have plenty of help. The rune on Demira is a proprietary sort of magic stolen from my boss, so he's also got eyes looking for whoever is trying to copy him.
Yes, I was also forged with Aurelium, which means that it was likely an enchanter who made me.
Wondering about the rune.
Involved.
Does that... I mean, that must narrow it down considerably, right?
Are you asking the fairy?
Vibra's asking everyone. She's
okay.
kind of like hoping for reassurance. Like, there's not many, right? Or at least not many that can do anything that
To add on to that question in a slightly roundabout way, Demira looks up and asks, "How long have you been hidden for?"
Probably been well over 2 centuries now.
Then any information about who we're looking for, we'll have to search elsewhere for that.
Likely.
But, Demira looks over at Lumi. I was about to say Lumi looks at Lumi.
Holding up a
Cross-eyed.
mirror.
I was cross-eyed for a second.
Yeah, Demira looks over at Lumi. Perhaps Malice would be well connected with the network of enchanters, I would guess. So he may be able to
There are
help us.
several connections that I can call upon. You've been underground for roughly 2 centuries, and my parents are closing in on 200, so my grandparents might have some knowledge still. I have other merchants, and she kind of makes a disgusted face when she says that. I have other merchants that I can also write and ask if who they've been working with as enchanters. Surely somebody has cited copycats and just been keeping quiet. It's bad for business, after all.
See.
Barry was looking at your rune more while you guys were having this discussion. Before she does speak up eventually. Like, most likely that rune on your leg was added on, so to speak, in haste to try to capture as much of your soul as you could.
When I asked you about the obsidian spirit, you sensed it, but are you able to see it in your mind or anything?
I can't see where it is, so to speak, but I am drawn to every weapon spirit that exists, so I was able to, based on what you said, and the bit of your soul that I've already experienced now, I was able to lock in on what I assume is the weapon spirit you were speaking of.
So you know exactly where they are?
I know the direction.
I mean, we can find out where they are quite easily. I know his name. Not the weapon spirits, but the gentleman that she's traveling with.
Our partner, yes.
I know his name. I can use sending 25 words. Let's
You're gonna...
Where are you?
Wait,
You
Where
are?
are you?
Are you sure we want them to know we're
I'm
looking
not.
for them?
I'm not going to do it right
Oh.
this second. It's an option, my dear.
You see the little sweat bead as Vivra's like, yeah, I overthought it again.
Yes.
Demira smiles a little
It's
bit,
very
finally.
Sorry, okay, yeah, no. I shouldn't have assumed.
Remember who I work for, Vivra. I don't do anything without confirmation.
Okay, but yes, so we have that as an option. And we have a direction, assuming you'll tell us. She glances up.
Would there be a way to rejoin Demira with her other half if they were both willing?
That's complicated.
Or freeing them if that's what they want. You said that the soul was trapped by the rune, right?
Not so much trapped as it was used as a catalyst to absorb as much of the soul as it could. So the amount of the soul that ended up in Demira. Obviously something the rune itself probably would have used for a different purpose, but for whatever reason her soul during the process locked in on that rune, so to speak. So, more of a matter of this point, Demira herself is. But
go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Demira herself has essentially the person she was before is no longer who she is now. I don't know if it would work to be able to rejoin them anymore, just as much as the other half of her might also not be this Nefea that you speak of. Essentially, the two halves became whole of their own way.
They've become their own people, it sounds like. And it would be strange to force them to fuse into someone they're not anymore, if I'm not misunderstanding Akari thinks about.
Sorry, I just got mega deja vu for some reason. I feel like we've talked about this before. Was it in the mansion? Or I feel like I'm going crazy right now. It's like a soul that's not complete becoming complete again. I got deja vu on that specifically. and I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I don't think it's been discussed before.
No?
I don't think so.
That's really weird then. I don't know why that happened.
Demira's starting to get crystals in the like little aquamarines in the corners of her eyes again. If the two halves of the soul were released somehow, then I would no longer exist, right? Is it wrong of me to keep this?
I don't think so.
This is who you are now. I think.
Best to not view yourself as that person. You are your own person. The easier way to describe it, as well as, well, easiest way I can show you too is your soul has created connection with other people, especially so with the other weapon spirits you've met. Or your soul again that hasn't gone back into your body yet, by the way. It's been just
it's
there.
Still out?
Because
nobody look, my soul is out.
As she points out to you, you didn't know.
The only way Demira could ever feel exposed. My literal soul is
yep.
Oh god!
You didn't notice it before, but now that you look closer at the flame, every once in a while it sparks with a light green flame. And then every other time you see a slight gold flame. When weapon spirits meet with each other, pieces of their souls, or without, so to speak, attached to each other.
Resonate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. You said before you've met both the Forest Guardian and Midas, or Esmeralda now. You two have been, or three have been connected, so to speak, in that way. The soul is always changing. Regardless of who you were before, you are yourself now.
But has the soul always been mine, or am I borrowing it from someone else?
The soul is you.
The soul is yours.
Then it's fine for me to make choices.
Sure.
And continue on.
You are your own person. Your decisions and your choices are your own.
But what about all of the people that knew this person before? And now they've... Demira is now just sort of like wrapping her ribbons around her hands and stuff and nervously fidgeting.
Demira, if you were Nefea, then we're able to grieve the loss of her and embrace you, as Demira, not as Nefea, not as a replacement, not as someone taking from her.
Oh, Lumi. And she just looks at you with little aquamarines falling down.
Lumi has been like trying not to cry because like she brought this little girl to the orphanage, and now finding out that she's she's actually like standing here like trying really hard not to cry over this because like
that's a big loss for her too.
Yeah. So
it's also interesting. Lumi's one of the two that haven't embraced Demira yet.
Hey, Nibby, I'm gonna wreck you now too, just so you know. You had an experience yesterday. I'm making it worse for you today.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Thank you. No, the reason why Lumi hasn't gone up is because she thinks that like crowding Demira right now is not a good decision.
It doesn't want to overload her. I imagine that.
I think Vivra had the same thought, honestly. That's why she's like, calm emotions.
Yeah,
and
it's... The calm emotions is the only reason why Lumi didn't like start bawling as soon as Vivra said, I think you were Nefea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because her face dropped. As soon as Vivra said it, her face just dropped.
Really?
Demira thinks for a second and then looks at Lumi with like puppy dog eyes. Could I give you that comforting hug I offered earlier now that I'm not burning?
Okay. Now Lumi is going to start crying. She's going to walk up there and hug Demira.
And Demira looks at Vivra too.
Akari is still in the hug. Anybody who joins it, she's gonna try to hug them too. It's the group hug.
Demira's trying to get a group hug together, so she looks...
Demira offered Lumi, and now she's just looking at Vivra.
Looking at Vivra with the same puppy dog eyes, and she's trying to think of an excuse of what would make Vivra comfortable to give a hug.
So Demira stares at Vivra, and it's this like a couple of seconds of, I feel like a couple of seconds of quiet. Vivra has the ocarina in her hand. She looks down at it, kind of sighs, puts it away, and walks up and hugs everyone.
Yay! First group hug.
Yeah. If it was like anyone other than Demira, it wouldn't have happened. But she's like, damn it.
Demira just like clings to everybody, still super emotional for the first time.
I'm gonna roll for emotions because Vivra's gonna try not to cry. Okay, she holds it together, but there's like at one moment you guys think you might have heard like a shaky sigh, but but she doesn't actually like cry this time because for some reason the dice are, normally when I roll for emotions it's like, oh, you got a 2. This time it's like 16 plus whatever emotions are. So
Demira sort of gasps suddenly with realization. Oh, I almost forgot that we're on an errand for the Gorons.
The errand
They
can
can
wait,
wait.
Demira.
but
She says it
They can
exactly in that
wait.
tone. Like as she kind of like half
Vivra and
squeezes a little
Akari in sync.
Busy right now.
If I... Well, we will eventually have to leave. Is there any way I Is there any way that I can contact you, Great Fairy? Is there any way we can find you again? Will you be here still?
You got a phone?
Yeah. Do you have a weapon spirit
we should have bought
helpline?
one of those sending stones.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it too, but I think they were too expensive.
I will always be here. This is my realm, so I will always be here. Like I said, I plan to not stay hidden so much anymore. The reason I went into hiding before is I had a similar experience before where somebody was trying to emulate what I do. But this time I think it's best if I take a more proactive way to deal with this problem. I was using the Leviathan itself to hide this village, so to speak. Been sleeping for as long as we've been hidden, and thankfully, because of the sheer size and the energy, so to speak, that comes off of that beast, it kept us hidden for that long.
So that's what we saw earlier.
Yes,
And it was guarding
the
you?
large snake-like creature.
We really only saw its eye, I think.
Yes.
Well,
Definitely didn't see its body.
that one we only saw. Well, we saw some of its body. It had the gold veins going through it.
Yes.
Well, its whole
Um,
body.
We saw
Well, not
parts
the
of it
entire,
through the
yeah.
crack in the
Yeah,
You
wall.
saw it moving through the crack.
We saw bits of it, yeah.
That's yeah.
Yes,
More than
the
nothing.
creature you saw was
Not enough to see it.
the Earth Leviathan Eldon.
So
It
is
could be a
called a
giant fish.
Leviathan. A fish?
It could be fish shaped.
What?
It could be fish shaped. It could be
Wait.
bird shaped. We don't know.
No,
It could be a snake.
A fish
that's canon.
tunneling
That
through the
actually
mountain.
happened. Vivra and Akari saying it's the exact same time. Vivra's like, it could be a Leviathan. What?
Fish.
When she said that they didn't see much of it, just like we don't know what shape it is. It could be like bird. It could be fish shaped.
Well, the one in the desert was like a serpent. If they're
But-
similar in genus, perhaps this one's also snake-like.
But I don't think they would all look the same, or at least
So
that's
you've
not.
met Lanaru as well.
It has a
Who?
name? Sorry, I shouldn't be yelling at you.
Yes, I just told you that. The mountains.
Lenaru,
The mountain.
this time, Vivra pulls out her notebook and says, "Can you please spell that?"
Oh, so the mountain's one name is Eldon.
Yes, the mountain. The mountain Leviathan's name is Eldon. And the.
Please, yes, please.
I'm pretty
Vivra
sure I know
now
how
is
to
the one
spell
with
it,
the
but I'm gonna
notebook
say
out.
it.
Vivra has her notebook out. She's like, this can't be illegal to write down.
Lumi whipped hers back out because
Yeah.
like, this is like information.
We're gonna compare notes.
Important.
It is how it's
Part
how
of
it
Lumi
sounds.
straight up has do not repeat.
Lanayru. That is the
Lanayru.
that is the
Lanayru.
desert serpent, and then Eldon is the mountain spirit. Eldin. There,
How many more serpents are there?
there are 2 more. So I haven't met them
So-
myself.
4 serpents
The
total.
Leviathan within the sea is Faron. F-A-R-O-N.
Faron. Far when.
Far
Y-
Far
so
on.
in the ocean?
Faron. That is the
Faron.
ocean Leviathan.
Faron.
And then the Sky or Thunder Leviathan, its name is Levia. Ledia.
Leviosa.
We said sky/thunder.
Yes.
I noticed the only one you called a serpent was the desert one. You called the rest of them leviathans.
They're all. Leviathan is the easier descriptor of them, but they all kind of look somewhat like serpents.
So I was right. Sorry, Akari.
And it has their tongue-tied on a second there. It is interesting that you say you were created using Aurelium, because beryllium comes from Eldin.
As in, originally the source?
Yeah. The beast, when
How is that?
the beast burrows, it is... God damn it. As it eats the minerals, it converts it within their body and releases it through its blood, or I guess if we're going by the serpent aspect, you could say it's venom almost in a way. It deposits it into the earth to get rid of that excess energy within its body. And that creates the veins that are beryllium in the earth.
So now that Eldin has moved on deeper into the mountain, should those veins dry up and make a safe food source for the Gorons and the Dodonga again?
Yes, most likely it'd be fine. The only, I guess, concern you would have now is since the Leviathan is on the move again, the beryllium veins might show up in other places now. Typically stays underground, but it does come up above every once.
This may be a stupid question, but
What are the
is there a
repercussions of
way to talk to Eldin and maybe ask it to stay away from the food source?
I mean, you can certainly try, but for lack of
she said it.
For lack of a better term, if you ask an ant to go somewhere else, what is the process of that?
You relocate the ant yourself usually, so maybe not. I mean, you should hear ants sometimes. Some of them have things to say, but we don't need to get into that.
Controversial thing.
Eldin is the second largest Leviathan, but again, it typically keeps to the underground and the depths, so to speak.
Which one's the largest?
That would be far on the sea Leviathan.
I knew it.
I think, I don't have this info in character, but I think Velkorin had received a letter mentioning something about the depths and beryllium veins. So if this Great Fairy knows about the depths, he might be able to ask her some questions about that, if you wanted to. Not that you have to, but I was just bringing it up because it came to mind.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, at this point, the Great Fairy has lived for eons, so...
Yeah, Demira has a lot of questions to ask.
Any questions, she's more than willing to ask or answer.
Yeah, because I don't remember what this letter's about. It's been months.
Yeah.
I believe off the top of my head, it was part of your research that was involved with Edgar, the guy in the south. He was looking to gather as much beryllium as possible, and the most known way to find beryllium is to search deep, deep, deep into the underground, which, like, guys are now, because of both the temperature difference and just it's easiest to, that's where it's mined from, basically, because anytime once the beryllium gets exposed, that's when it starts to oxidize meat. So that's why it's so hard to mine beryllium.
So wait, do we need some, right? Is that what we're getting at?
I mean, beryllium is always good to have in terms of a material you could either sell or use with enchantments. It is an amplifier for magical resource. So I wouldn't say you need it per se. You don't have a goal to have it except for to keep it away from other people.
Okay. Are Leviathans the only way that Aurelium shows up?
Yeah.
Because this thing is causing it, right?
Mm-hmm. It's essentially the energy that is converted into Aurelium. So as long as Eldon is around, Aurelium will be around.
Okay.
But it always stays underground. So
Great Fairy, if we have more information to give you, is it possible for Lumi to send you a message magically?
be a problem.
Oh, we never introduced ourselves. I'm sorry.
Are we
We
still
heard-
hugging?
Yes.
If you want to, sure,
Yes.
but if you don't want to, then you
Guys are
stop.
having a
If you want
I
cuddle
just
to,
bubble
noticed
right now.
Demira in the middle of
Schrödinger-
everyone pulling her hand out, going, "We haven't introduced ourselves."
Schrodinger's hug. You either are or you aren't, and it's not confirmed until you confirm it. Demira points at everyone individually and says, "Well, you heard my name already, and I've gestured at Lumi, and I'm sure you heard me say Velkorin's name as she gestures to each person. And this is Akari, and this
Hello,
is
Miss
Vivra."
Miss Fairy, Lady Fairy,
Lady Fairy.
Vivra, let's go with this. Right?
That's
This is
Miss
like
Great
our-
Fairy to you.
Your fairy excellence. Your
Yep.
fairylence.
Vivra stands up
she
and like
just
brushes.
just has a casual nickname or something. Thinking she's pondering different names that would just seem easy to remember her by.
I mean, probably just Great Fairy, right?
Easiest way.
No, but Vivra says that. I didn't say out of character.
That's a mouthful.
Just
Yeah,
the
you
Great
just go
Fairy.
to
It's
Miss
2
Fairy.
words, Akari.
I don't have a formal name that I go by. The Great Fairy of Valor is my existence. So.
What's your favorite thing, Miss Fairy?
What about Phoenix?
What is my favorite thing?
Phoenix.
Weapons
Oh, Phoenix.
and valor.
Vivra
Uh,
saying Phoenix. Vivra
my-
saying Phoenix out loud. Akari just thinks for a moment, looks at her.
My
How do you like
Favorite.
the name Fifi?
Fifi! Oh my gosh. Vivra like rubs her temple a little bit because
This
she
is
stood
like-
up now. She back the moment Akari started like rambling a little more, Vivra's like, and I'm done. I'm good now. I can stand up again.
She
We've moved
chuckles at the, to be blunt, the audacity of this is a deity.
She said she
Yeah,
didn't have any
literally.
issue with what you referred her to earlier.
Yeah, but Fifi, like a dog.
That's why she asked her how she likes it. Who said it's like a dog?
When have you ever heard
She has a
anyone
nice
called...
nickname.
Similar to like the Great Deku Tree or any of the other fairies. We don't really have names, we're just referred to myself, the Great Fairy of Valor, or the Great Fairy of Equilibrium, or the Great Fairy of Season. We're
Would you
all
like a name?
those are our
Right.
names, basically.
The Great Fairy of Equilibrium and the Great Fairy of Seasons are the other two.
There
I
are
have a friend who
more.
has a special interest in great fairies. She's long story
Is the
short.
Great Fairy of Seasons single? My friend wants to know.
Long story short, she's
Hey, no
got
calling
a-
us out here.
She's got a minor infatuation with one of them.
Oh my gosh. So it is a call out.
Well, I can see that. Understandably, he is a lot though.
He?
Yeah.
Vivra, did you not know Juniper's tastes? Men.
Man.
Well, I, you know what? I didn't know we were talking about Juniper, and I didn't know we were talking about men. I should stop talking.
A wholly separate conversation. My apologies.
It's just immediate distraction. On a different note, Okay, I don't know. So you're... I don't know how else to say this. I have this shield, and she's like holding it probably still. I can't get it off of me. Whenever I do, I become obsessed with it and have to pick it back up. I'm sorry I never told anyone else. I didn't want to worry you guys. This shield has been giving me problems.
Sounds like you really like the shield.
That's the thing. I could give or take the shield. I kind of want to go back to mine. Also, wait, Vivra was the only one that saw the face in it, right?
No, it's got a face on it.
I thought Vivra saw the face.
Anybody can see it.
Oh, yeah, just the mirror shield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she like holds it up. It's like, I know that your thing is weapon spirits, but weapon is half of that.
Well, weapons aren't the only thing I create. There are armor spirits as well.
Okay. So does that mean you can potentially help me with whatever's going on with this? And she like kind of she makes it reflect like by shaking it a little back and forth, just swaying. Like
Depends on if you want to keep it.
I don't really sure what you mean by that. I feel like I'm stuck to it, and I don't
I think
like
she's gonna
that.
destroy it.
It sounds like it's best to be rid of it, is it not?
Will getting rid of it do something to me?
Not likely.
Not likely. Not a great fan of that answer. I gotta be honest.
An insight checker if you want.
Yeah! Come on. Fail? No, not a fail. I think that's a dirty 20. Let me double check. It is. Dirty 20. Yes.
You see the ever so slight smirk as she's totally messing with you. A shield is the least of her worries. Especially a cursed shield.
I
But
have been studying some spells lately with this tome. Could I take a hair from you? I'm sorry, that's strange.
what a feather instead of she.
Gimli.
No, not from the god, not from the fairy, from Vivra.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna sell this great fairy hair for $10,000 on eBay. No, she's asking Vivra for a hair.
While they're having currency, Akari will actually say something to Harry as well. Sorry if it came off as rude, but it seems like we are having friendly relations, and I've always heard that. Friendly people always think of nice nicknames or such. Do you like names?
Right?
Or do you want a name?
Akari's like, anyway.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I would prefer to just be referred to as the Great Fairy of Valor.
Okay, Great Fairy for short.
Sure.
If that's okay.
That's fine.
Or Valor for short. Above table.
Oh, you know
That's
what?
also
That's a
fine.
good one too. Valor.
That is also
Now we'll differentiate her from the different fairies.
Does Vivra
that's
give...
true. Yeah. I guess the conversation would have been happening at the same time or something. Vivra was like thinking about it, and I feel like she's well learned enough that knowing that someone taking essentially a body part for magic purposes is usually not great, but she trusts Demira at the same time. And she's like,
like, what's Demira gonna do with it?
Yeah, so she's like, you're not gonna do anything weird, like, towards me,
not.
right?
No. And it will... I haven't tried it before, but I believe it will disappear after one use.
Okay. So she's gonna run her hand through her bangs to see if like a loose one just comes out, so she doesn't have to yank. I don't know if I need to roll for that or if I just say it
No,
happened.
you don't need to roll for hair.
No, I know.
I'm not the DM, but I think you don't
Nah,
need
I
to
just
roll
pull
for
it out. You decide whether or not you pull your entire scalp off instead.
Oh my god, it was a toupee the entire time. No. So she like, because I've done that with my own hair and I've like gotten a loose one before,
Boing.
so that she kind of does that, and but that's more for long-haired people. So it's interesting that Vivra.
okay.
I mean, yeah. Anyway,
It's
no,
okay.
no. I
Hair
just
lore.
realized that it makes sense for Vivra for reasons that haven't been talked about. But she does that, and she'll hand you a piece of her hair, one hair,
Thank you.
a strand.
Okay, so
But anyway.
Demira will open up the manifest and then open up the crystal tome that she learned how to make recently. And she's going to put Vivra's hair on the page, and I would like to know if the creature is suffering from a condition, a curse, or similar effect, as well as the nature of that effect with my Hunter's Grimoire ability.
That's so cool! Oh my gosh!
Finally, somebody can figure out what this curse is.
Yes, finally! Oh my gosh! And you don't have to roll for that either. It just happens, right? Because I was willing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I mean, even if you were unwilling, if I had your hair, I could put it in and be like, "Is she
Yeah,
cursed?"
she says no. You're like, okay. Someone cast sleep
we'll
on her real
see.
quick, huh?
So yeah, Vivra is cursed right now.
Oh no,
What? What do you mean? Oh no.
Vivra, you're cursed. She's like, it just has the energy of like on the schoolyard doing like a cootie catcher, and she's just like, "Oh, you're cursed."
Ew.
1 second.
There's
I
like,
will give you the curse of it.
Demira
Oh,
will
yeah.
read out what appears on the page of her tome to you, which Zom will tell
Zom's
us.
gonna send it to you.
So,
Nice. I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, say it all out. So,
No, I was gonna say I wanted Jaxie to read it because she's the one reading it.
I don't.
You don't have to give it to her. I was
Okay,
just like,
well,
yes,
I can
in
if you
character
want.
roleplay.
Essentially, so you already know what the shield does itself. It essentially lets you absorb spells, and eventually you can use those spells once you've.
And funny enough, I've never had the opportunity to do
I
that. Because
know,
people don't
'cause-
target Vibra with spells.
Right, I haven't sent a lot of casters at you recently, but so that's what the spell does. The cursed aspect of it is if you were within 15 feet of anybody who got targeted by a spell, you become the target.
Oh man, that would have been so cool to learn on the fly. Just
that would have
Vibra
been so
thinking
cool
she's-
if we were 15 away from Zorik when Disintegrate went off.
Oh!
It would have been so fun.
Wait, but I was.
That was before you had the shield.
hugging him. I didn't have
That
the
was
shield.
Before.
You didn't have the shield yet.
Oh, that would have been crazy. That would have been wild. It's like Disintegrate goes
When was the
around
shield gotten
Zorak
again?
and hits you. I would have been like, what? What are you doing?
When was
And
the
then I would
shield
be like,
gotten again?
absorb.
We got the shield.
You got the shield in
the
Termina.
Stone Tower.
In
In
Stone
Termina.
Tower.
Or not in the tower, but in the tower. In the treasure room,
Oh,
I think, where
yeah,
Perla was
then
like,
that-
don't worry, nothing in here is cursed.
So that would have been before Zorik then.
That
wasn't
was
it?
right before Zorak. I should have
'cause-
been targeted.
I don't think
Perla
you had
and them did it.
equipped it at that point yet. I think you just
No, I
picked
equipped
it up.
immediately.
But either way, I don't remember.
I can't believe you done this. We could have saved Zorak. I
Okay,
did
and
it.
you would have
I
been
had
dead.
I would have absorbed it.
I believe the spell was cast as you were running towards him, so you were probably not
Oh,
in range
so it was
yet
on my
anyways, 'cause
back.
he was
Mhm.
starting to disintegrate as you got there,
Yep.
or something,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
No, it
I
was
don't
it was as I
remember.
was leaping that the spell hit him. Leaping to hug him.
You got shot in the back.
Demira...
So wait, so now Vivra has the knowledge that she could have saved Zorak if she had the shield out.
Closer.
Well,
No, because she was within
Vivra,
15
this
feet.
is-
She just didn't have it equipped.
I see.
So that, like, her expression changes as it dawns on her as you're explaining it.
either way,
Vivra, this is extremely dangerous.
you can deal with
No,
the
it's-
curse, but you will lose the shield in the process.
I should keep it.
No.
I can protect you guys.
I understand that feeling. I understand wanting to do that. But this is... Even if it were to protect someone else, it's unpredictable, and it's in a way that you can't plan for. It could lead to killing you if...
But better me than any of you.
Better nobody.
That death is not an option that we would like to pursue here, please.
I'm not trying to pursue death. I'm just saying that...
Do I know that Vivra... sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Do I know that Vivra has revivified? Did we have that conversation already, or...?
Yeah, she offered to put it in your ring.
Okay, so...
And you said no at the time.
Demira will put a hand on Vivra's shoulder, and I understand, because I do the same thing, and I think the same way, and you all have told me not to do that. But I also understand that it's not easy to convince you otherwise. So at the very least, please consider that out of all of us, you are one of the few who could bring someone else back. And if you were to target yourself and put yourself on the line first, I don't know if any of us have that ability to bring you back.
Being a above table smartass. Oh, you go cast Revivify on somebody. Oh, it rebounds to you. And it fails.
You jerk.
It's an offensive spell only, right?
Yes, it is. I interrupted.
So if I can't convince you not to put yourself in danger, then at least if this can sway you, please consider that. My main concern is that this is an effect that you can't choose or control. So if you were in a dire condition, you would not be able to make the choice. And neither would we. It would be out of all of our hands. It's not... I don't believe it's safe to have this if it's against our will. If it's out of our control.
Vivra's eyes drop and her expression kind of grows a bit somber as she's listening.
Sorry, Vivra.
No, it's fine. It's... As far as I know, none of you have fully died as of yet. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. That's what I would... You're right, though. I'm the one with that spell. You're so right, but she's not. She doesn't remember it. So I think Vibra instead would. I'm the only one that remembers.
It's okay. You don't have to read chat.
Okay.
Chat isn't canon.
Let me reword it. Hang on. I'm the only one that remembers.
Those are shadow
dying. Yeah. You're so right, though. You're so right. Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Is like Viver's not saying this right now. This is me above table because I'm trying to, over-explain at this point.
That's fine.
I said it incorrectly. What Vivra meant was she's the only one that remembers fully dying, and that's what she's alluding to when she says that. And you all feel this way?
Akari would just say simply, as much as I've seen people die through circumstances, regardless of all this magic talk, I would rather avoid anybody dying needlessly, regardless of whatever means, because I doubt it's good regardless of that. Have you ever watched the life leave somebody's eyes?
A couple times
Yes.
Unfortunately.
One
now. One of them she pushed into a fire.
Over 3 times?
Yes. Actually, let me look at my tally here.
I'm at
Because
4.
I have a tally for her. I believe it's
For
4.
a
I believe
living?
we're at 4. Oh no, where is it? My tally's disappeared, guys. Yeah, kill count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vivra has directly killed exactly 4 people. So you say, have you ever seen the light leave someone's eyes? Vivra just kind of slowly looks at you.
Well, that part I don't think I'm actually gonna have her say, thinking about it.
No, okay, all right. I was in the RP.
Everything else is serious about the life, though.
Okay. Vivra, like, glances at then Lumi and then Velkorin, who has yet to say anything. And
You guys talk.
what?
Just letting you guys go at it.
Just letting us go at it.
She's asking if the rest of the party also doesn't want her to die.
Basically. Well, she didn't say that exactly.
I think that Lumi already said, like...
Yeah, Lumi did. That's why she
Yeah.
glanced
Lumi
over.
first,
She,
yeah.
like, looked at Lumi
Lumi
once
sure
more.
did already say
Oh, I
that.
broke my
She was the
microphone.
first one to say it.
Yeah, Lumi was the first one. Yeah. Which kind of surprised Vivra, but she's like, alright. It's all...
Okay.
I don't know. What?
I just imagine that Velkorin is still holding on to Demira at this point. And where Demira is moving stuff, he's just like carrying her around. So she's floating, so
Princess
she
Harry.
well, she
Hovering.
floats, right? So like it's not like he's actually carrying her, he's just like moving her. He's gonna move, like, pull her to the side, right? Like, you know how, like, okay, have you ever lifted, I know you have because you have kids, where you lift up a kid and then you pull them to, like, the
Yeah, to
side
your
so
hip,
you can
yeah.
lean in and have a conversation and they may not hear? Like,
Demira's just held on his hip now.
yeah.
It's the one thing that you did with the art. It's not...
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Just clinging there.
If you haven't noticed, I do quite a lot of things to make sure you guys don't die. Even if that means I might die in the process. If anyone's gonna be that stupid,
Like concern on the fairy's face.
Great Fairy's like, God, you're all martyrs around here. What the heck?
It's literally
anybody's
this
going to
trio,
be
Vivra,
that
Demira, and
stupid.
Velkorin, who are like, let me be the one that dies.
yeah, if anybody's gonna be that stupid, it should probably be me. And he's gonna
There's
like
no-
give earmuffs to Demira.
Demira glares.
Vivra almost glares too in a sense. She's like, no one should be that stupid. There's no should here. It's whether we can help. It's okay. You know what? The more I'm talking about this, the more stupid I realize I've been sounding. We're not gonna try to die, okay? We're gonna work together from now on. As
Yeah.
companion, and Vivra's raising her voice so that the rest of them hear now. We're gonna work together from now on
Kick
Okay.
a rock, but my depression.
to make sure that all of us
I
do
will
not die. How about that?
polymorph you again if you try and die on us.
Don't make me make you a badger or whatever. No, porcupine? What was it?
Akari,
Hedgehog.
Akari,
Yeah,
Akari
Velkorin
just
tries
lets-
to whisper it. Vivra raises her voice. Akari does what? Sorry.
Akari just lets out a small sigh here in the interaction about trying to die or who should be the one to die, and just says with like a slight tilt of her head, "Y'all would be the dream target of most assassins out there."
Take me! Take me!
You're not my.
Jesus.
Are the most annoying. Just like, no, you're not my contract. You're not
I
my
have to-
target.
Right?
I'm gonna post a picture I took and I'll explain it in context later. But I took a picture, and it's this, but it's from the killer's point of view, and he's just not into it because everybody wants to die, or everyone's trying to like, get on, like jump his bones. He's just like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So,
On that horrifying note, Lumi turns back to the Great Fairy, looks at her, kind of tilts her head, and she says, off topic from this,
Thank you.
before I forget, because it's bouncing around in my head, and if I don't ask, I will forget. Have you created any Kwandao spirits, and she describes Malice to the Great Fairy. Any spirits that have that sort of appearance? There's been a potential miscommunication and misunderstanding, and I just want to be certain.
The weapons themselves, yes, created many of them. As far as a spirit that matches that description, you're describing Malice, correct?
Yes, specifically Malice.
And his Kwandao, both of them.
Yes.
Okay. Does not recognize either. That's not something I create. That appearance doesn't sound familiar, and the weapon you speak of also familiar to me as well. That's not to say somebody else didn't try, but...
So, then what would cause Demira to have a connection to a person or their weapon if it's not a weapon spirit?
My brain. I'm thinking how I word this properly. You're saying this person is connected to Demira, but they aren't a weapon spirit that I know.
I believe, Demira, you do sometimes feel you know that you feel a pull towards Malice, not to the same extent that you do Velkorin, but it's similar.
Yes, it's not like a spirit bond that I have with a wielder, but it's similar to the pull I feel towards other weapon spirits.
She's gonna do the same thing she did. She was trying to detect the called the obsidian weapon.
Obsidian
Yep.
spirit? Yeah.
So she closes her eyes for a moment as she tries to connect with this supposed weapon spirit. Her furrows, not frown. Furrows a little bit.
My brow is frowning.
Brow is frowning. Since the weapon you yes, well, they're in the same vicinity, so it is possible that is him. If I guess we're speaking, I wouldn't be able to know for sure unless I looked at him. But if he is a weapon spirit, that would make sense on why he's connected to Demira, or he feels that pull. But again, I'm not. Because of the distance too, it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly if the weapon itself is the person or if the person is the weapon. If that's the weapon he carries, it's hard for me to distinguish if there are two weapons here. There's only one weapon spirit there, I can tell you that.
So it's either Malice or the other thing.
The only other explanation I guess I could gather is he potentially could have been involved with creating it. But that doesn't seem to be the case based on what you described.
Unless he created the rune and somebody purchased it from him. But he would remember if he did that.
I would assume this is a person you trust.
With my life. With Demira's life.
I hate to suggest it. Could his memory have been altered? And if it is there a way to tell?
It could have been.
If we had a hair from him, I could see if there was a condition affecting him.
Lumi, well, here we go. Hold on a second. Lumi.
Everybody give me your hair.
Lumi, why do you have Malice's hair?
I ran my fingers through his hair finally. What are you talking about?
Get it!
It's like, oh, he one time slept in the bedroom. I saw the pillow.
No. She's going to shell shock him with Iva, and then that's when she's going to get the hair. She's already
fall out
got
from
it.
stress.
She just locked and loaded that whole thing.
Locked on locks.
It is something we could consider later. If he were willing, of course.
Unfortunately, unless I see him in person, that's harder for me to distinguish. But like I said, I can at least sense the weapon spirit you speak about. Though it does feel a bit off. I don't really know how to describe it.
I didn't get to speak to it. I attempted to, but it just... I felt a bit uncomfortable with the way it just laughed.
Each weapon has their quirks, so to speak.
That guy, he just got an evil laugh, but he's nice. He just laughs like that.
He's actually a really chill dude. Play some checkers with him sometime. Okay. So that's something for the future. We're gonna figure out more about, if you want to, Demira, more about the obsidian weapon potentially. If we can, I suppose, get our feelers out for that. And can we all of us just agree that we're gonna stop trying to throw ourselves in front of each other? Can we work more to be a team? Like actually a team. The Akari, the name that you said, it was really cool. Actually, I know I didn't say it at the time. I liked it.
Gonna hold up like Demira towards the group.
Like Simba.
I thought she was heavy.
No, like
sometimes
just hold her out and then like remember that I can hold her with one arm because she floats, and just pull her back in with the other arm and just like hold out my real arm.
She'll put your mask back onto you as well.
Are we doing the hands in thing?
If we're putting our hands out, then Demira will.
I was gonna just do what a high phalanges.
Demira puts her hand in.
In front of the deity? This is serious.
I mean, she can join too.
Squish.
Part of the team, level 500.
Squish. Oh, you guys are dead. Sorry.
Maybe I just need to be humored in this moment. Vivra puts a hand in, looks to Akari and Lumi.
Lumi tucks her quill back behind her ear so that she can put one hand in.
She's been frantically like taking notes this whole time.
Akari will put a hand in as well.
However,
A team. However,
I must remind you all that I am the only one who cannot die.
Oh, you
should
can
just
die.
not recklessly
You-
throw away your life because it's still gonna be painful, especially
Yes.
when you can feel things better now.
we're working together. Just because you can somehow put yourself together after a night of sleep doesn't mean you can't rely on us, okay?
Yes, it is the last resort.
Recommend
Akari,
not
I can work
doing
with
that.
that.
Akari will just say this, like, listen,
The Great
while
Fairy
we
just
know
told
you
me not
can't,
to.
Yeah.
What?
can't, yeah, see, Great Fairy even agrees. And while it may be an option, how about this? Let's not even think about such options or have them on the table until we cross those roads and it's an absolute must.
And we're talking absolute must, Demira, not like one of us got knocked out, but they're gonna be picked up in a second.
She
The fairy
pouts
speaks
very
up at this.
humanly.
I was gonna say, at this point, the fairy does speak up. Says, while you cannot die through conventional means, you are destroyed too many times. You risk your soul being destroyed as well.
Okay, so we've received confirmation you can die. So are you willing to work with us?
How many times is too many?
How many?
times?
Demira, no.
Demira,
We
we're
don't
not
need a
looking for
number.
numbers. Please, Miss Valor, don't tell her.
Miss Valor.
There's no way to know.
So,
Okay,
see,
okay.
Demira, no.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Both mom friends have said no, so you
Yeah,
cannot.
both mom. We're becoming the real mom friends now. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Okay. With that confirmation and the group finally seeming to, I mean, I think this is the first time this group is actually like actively coming together and just
Yes.
doing this stuff together. We're a team all of a sudden.
Yes.
We all have to die at the
Zom,
same
let me know if I
time. No
have
one
to-
can take the shot.
Yes. No one takes the shot.
Yeah,
We
Akari
can
tried to
die a little
offer
bit later when
teamwork
that-
plenty of times.
Allie! No. With that being said, Zom, let me know if I need to roll something. Vivra's going to try to hand over the shield to the Great Fairy. Will the shield resist? Is there something to the curse right now that's going to prevent her from doing so?
It depends. Are you trying to take it off and hand it to her? Or are you just
Yes.
trying to reach out to her with it on your arm?
She's trying to give the shield away right now.
But if you're trying to give the shield away, then yes, it would be. You would have a feeling of a resistance as it's trying to. As you're trying to give it away. But. So, I guess. Easiest way would be to have you do a wisdom.
Okay, let's see here. That's. Oh gosh, the fox dice truly is chaotic. Oh, my save is really high though. So this is 6 plus 9, 15.
Okay.
Did I hit it?
You
I'm
just-
expecting
yeah.
like a really high DC, so
You just
We'll
got
see.
there. It wasn't
just-
too bad of a DC for that, but you are holding out the shield, even though in your mind you're like, "Wait, this is my shield." Wait,
yeah,
I
she's
don't-
like shaking as she's like,
and
"It's
like,
my shield. No, it's mine, but it's."
and in the midst of that struggle within yourself, she just leans forward and taps the shield with her finger. You see crack start to form in the shield as they spread out all across the shield itself before it kind of shatters in your hands, and that feeling of wanting it to be gone or wanting it to keep it is.
All right, I shall delete it from my inventory.
Keep.
Okay. She takes a breath and says, "Oh my gosh, that's much better."
Good.
Thank you.
I do have more questions that aren't quite related, but because you have been around for so long, I have some questions that may not be so easy to find in an average library these days. Would that be all right before we go?
Do my best to answer any questions you might have, as long as it's within my knowledge or power to do so.
All right. Well,
What's the meaning
it was
of
a...
life?
Yeah.
Ah.
42.
So, from the beginning, can you explain the universe to me? No.
I can actually. I know the creation story.
Holy smokes.
Well, it's been a long time, but I was hoping to find more information about a being known as the Demon King.
That's fun. Her expression immediately shifts to that of
Hatred.
yeah, it's the easiest way to describe it.
Disgust.
All of the above. Negative emotion.
Hate that guy.
Thankfully, the Demon King was sealed away. As far as I'm aware, he is still sealed away due to the efforts from the Princess of Legend and the hero. But his influence still is, well, influencing the world. Even in my own domain here, you were to leave this main area, you are likely to encounter his influence on, so to speak, infecting the earth if you're not careful.
Is that
Especially in the
moon?
depth. Yes.
Demira looks at the rest of the party. Does anybody have the ability to create illusions, or is anybody very good at
Yes.
drawing?
Drawing,
Vivra.
yes.
Vivra does the thing she did with the children with the flower in her hand and then poofs it away.
Could you... We eventually saw... Everyone in the party eventually saw the scale in Velkorin's hand, right? Before the hand was gone.
Mm-hmm. I think.
I don't
Well,
No? Did
I don't
Vivra
remember.
see it?
I don't know. I
Because I know-
remember it
Lumi
being
did
covered by
spell.
the...
Lumi was, I don't think, was she with? Yeah, you were, because that was happened during the... He already
It was
had the
during
scale.
fight.
I don't know if he showed
Yeah.
it to you, though.
No,
Didn't
so
he
show the
Lumi
party?
did not see.
I don't think
Okay.
Vivra saw either. Well, Vivra helped with the leaf herb thingy that
Mm-hmm.
Demira was doing on his
Yeah, the
arm
ointment
when
or
he was
whatever to
passed
help
out.
that.
You leave my curse alone.
So would Vivra have seen it in that moment when she was trying to, help Velkorin
I don't
with his
remember
curse?
if... I know Velkorin showed his arm to everyone. I don't remember if he showed the
Right.
scale to everyone. That's you.
I know
I don't
Vivra
remember.
grabbed his hand real hard that one time.
Yeah, Ali can choose now. Since we can't fully remember, you can just choose. Has anybody else other than Demira seen it?
Up
The arm?
close. The arm, yes. The scale, only Demira would have seen.
No,
it
the
because
scale,
he-
yeah, no, yeah, been shown.
Okay.
Because he always kept it covered, even when he was getting
Right.
ointment on his arm and stuff.
Mhm.
He wore a glove.
What I
Okay.
thought. Pretty sure.
So Demira kind of touches her chin in
Because
thought.
Demira was
and
there
then
when that
looks
happened.
down. And she looks at Velkorin. Would it be okay if I tried to draw that cursed object to show the Great Fairy? I understand if you want to keep it secret, but we may be able to learn something important about it.
He's bouncing. I don't hear anything coming out.
I
I
see him
know.
lighting up, but I don't hear him.
Hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
What was the question?
Oh my
Demira is
God.
asking if she's allowed to draw the scale to show the Great Fairy to ask about it, or if you want to keep it secret.
Hold on, let me look at my abilities. I'm just gonna create an illusion of it.
Okay, good, because I wasn't sure if he could. I asked the others. Nibi has to go to bed for work
Yep.
tomorrow.
Oh,
And
okay.
We have
she'll
gone
catch
over
up.
time.
Yeah, she'll catch
He'll
up.
probably just
after.
finish this question then. That way she's
Yeah.
not too far behind.
Yep.
Or she is the note taker I
It's
steal
not
the
a
notes
bad
from.
stopping point, yeah. After you answer, I suppose.
Yeah, answer our questions, Dom.
Are you
so
going?
he does the illusion of the scale?
Okay. I was waiting for Velkorin to say, "Yeah, that's fine. I'll show it to you." That was...
I was asking. I think he is, but I was asking.
Yeah, I made an illusion of the scale.
Okay.
Okay. Jeez. Jesus.
I was like, I don't know if you're hearing me or not. I don't know.
I think I spoke over you. I'm sorry.
I can't.
So Demira points at it and asks, "Have you seen this before?"
Her first her face has visible surprise on it, and she speaks up saying, was this recent?"
Relatively, yes. It was found in a gloom-affected part of the Deku Forest. We removed the gloom, but the scale has become a separate issue.
Her face shifted from the surprise to concern almost instantly as soon as you speak up with that. This is the scale of the imprisoned one. The Demon King himself.
Well, the Demon King has an arm.
So, you're saying you found the scale, then that's very concerning. Likely means the seal that is holding him started to wane. And that, I guess, will end.
Dun dun dun.
Done.
It's the Tale of the Demon King? Is that what it is?
Above
The scale
table.
of the imprisoned.
Of the imprisoned.
Above table.
I wish I didn't know it's...
You guys should be having deja vu right now.
Ever get that feeling, like a deja vu?
Because that is very similar to what Wither said before she left.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that the seal was waning. But we
Yeah,
didn't know at the time.
what that meant.
So yeah, someone's trying to get a sword, and the seal is waning, is what Wither told us.
Mhm.
Always riddles.
Foreshadowing.
Vivra's like, just tell me directly.
Foreshadowing. Blah. That. Oh, that is a good point to finish off. We are a little over, and I don't want to keep going too deep into our lore dump if Lumi is gone. So
It's a good time, and that's pretty much the main questions I had also, so I think we're all good.
Sure, there will be more. So, see what
100% wants her to be there.
We'll call her up on the cell phone later.
Right. But yeah, with that, I think we will finish off for the night, and we should be back again in 2 weeks, which would be the 20th. No, nothing's going on, so we should be good to go. But, excuse me. With that, we will be back again next time. Thank you all so much for coming today, and we will see you all next time. So, bye.
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 Bye.